lawyer in velvet gown, whispers of law beneath the moon's sweet glow. He's here to guide you through the undertow, from tales of love lost and battles won, to secrets that hide when the day is done. He'll paint the night with stories so stark. Welcome to family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. The lawyer's voice smooth like leather, he sings lies only he can tether. In the sultry jazz lounge, let the wisdom flow. Feel the rhythm in the late night glow. Through custody tangles and alimony strife, he navigates the drama of everyday life. With a wry wink and a cheeky remark, let's unravel family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark. Light up that cigar and pour a glass of red, as we wade through matters not often said, where hearts and minds often leave a mark. Dive deep into family law after dark.
Happy Friday to all of you. This is Omar Scott with the Lawyer Podcast, here to do some family law after dark. What do you guys think about the new time slot? 5 o'clock, 8 o'clock Eastern?
Much
Family
better.
law.
I like it.
Why is the sun still up where you're at, Bruce? What the fuck? It's completely dark. Oh, no, I guess it ain't.
It's magic hour here. I don't know what to tell you.
The twilight hours, the witching hour.
It's
Weird,
darker
man.
later.
I should be on the deck with a cigar and a glass of red wine.
Hey, that's
And
the
I
good
have
thing.
champagne, so that's not bad.
Right on.
You're drinking champagne.
I'm
I
drinking
am
some
drinking
alcohol.
champagne. This is I don't know. What is it? It's Louise and it's twin champagne. It's named after two twins. Real twins, not fake twins.
Not fake.
Alice and Louise. They are the twins.
Oh, well, I just figured that Flad belongs in the evening, not in the middle of like people's workday. Like we'd have Brad on the show. It's like, oh, I got to go pick up my kid from school. Like, yeah.
That's
Right.
what happens, if 5 o'clock comes around and it's like, no, got to go get him.
I
Yeah.
had time to do stuff. Actually, y'all, I had a big blonde moment today. So I went to this cute little walking park where they're playing lacrosse and stuff outside.
Lacrosse,
So
casually.
I guess they're playing lacrosse. Hell, I don't know. They weren't playing hockey. I was walking, doing a few laps just for a minute, and my ear. But you know how clumsy I am with technology, right? So they kept like around this one turn, like it was kind of near my car, and I'm thinking there must be something electrical going on. It tunes out my earphones, my earbuds. I had left my car running
Whoops.
for 40 minutes while I went for a walk.
Whoa.
Oh,
So they were constantly reconnecting to your car. and
Yeah, but
unconnecting.
seriously, the whole
Yeah.
the big part was I left my car running for 40 minutes without me in it, but
I mean,
left
that's-
alone with my purse in the car.
I've done
It'll,
some stupid
it'll
shit.
be warm when you get back
Yeah.
to it.
And it was like, well, it was very warm because it's like 40. It was like 43 this
Yeah.
afternoon.
I do want to remark on our new thumbnail that was authored by Ashley over here, making her
Looks
debut on Flan. I had to. Well, she gave me like 8 different versions of the same thing, but I had to put the letters in front of the picture because it kind of looked like the guy's fingers were in an orifice.
Oh
I was
my.
like, it's a bit much. But we fixed it. I think the thumbnail is great. It's way better than what I could do, than what I
Really
did.
good.
Yeah. Dominic was no help. I don't know. Well, I don't think that Dominic even took a crack at the flat thumbnail. Or maybe
Dominic
he did.
was
Maybe
there.
I've vetoed it. Yeah. Be mad at him. But hey, we got well, we don't have a new format. We're gonna have some fun tonight, huh? Are you guys properly lubricated, or is it just me?
Well,
I
not last week,
started-
but the week before. You were hilarious, Omar.
I was.
Yeah, you were really lubricated. You were so funny. I like it.
Is that the one where like you were gonna show up, or sort of, and then just
Oh well, no, last week I have had insomnia, and then I woke up. I took a nap, and then I didn't feel good, like a sinus infection
Oh,
but I feel better.
well, I'm glad you feel better. Why don't we get into some of this stuff?
Oh boy, it's always a
cool.
tough time because then I have to be what's the guy with Ed McMahon? I have to be the straight man. I have to stay on the rails.
Like, what the fuck does that mean?
Omar goes off the rails.
I'm
You
the
know,
straight
like,
man, sir.
or
Johnny
like
Carson?
what? No,
Who
you
is
know, like
Johnny Carson and Ed McMahon.
yeah, Johnny
right?
Carson has Ed McMahon, and Conan O'Brien has what's his face, Andy.
The little fat dude,
Mhm.
Oh
He's
jeez,
fat, dude.
come on.
the little chubby dude, the little.
I don't remember his name.
That's mean. It's
I
not.
didn't mean to be mean. I didn't mean. I'm sorry. That was ugly.
Yeah, we're here to be color commentary.
I'm totally jerking your chain here.
I know that.
I'm not going to get offended.
Brad is the Tom Brady of the group. I think.
I'm
Brad,
famous.
That means nobody likes you.
Oh,
Oh no, you can be Tony Romo then. How about that?
Oh,
Is that better?
I
as
always
long
have
as
a
I'm
heart
not
for
Joe
him.
Buck, I'm happy.
Oh jeez.
What?
Oh man.
Joe
yeah.
Buck is
Joe
the
Buck and
worst.
who was the guy
He
that would be
is.
with Joe Buck? What was the guy?
Yeah.
Troy Aikman. Those
Troy
guys.
Oh, you said as long as you weren't Joe
Oh,
Buck.
those
long as
guys.
I'm
They
not
don't like
Joe
the
Buck.
Packers. I don't like
Yeah.
those
Joe
guys.
Buck is horrible.
I don't know if I'd go that far. They don't like the Packers though, so I'm
I can't
They
stand to
don't
hear
like
him talk.
anything.
I haven't seen Joe Buck in a while. Where does he commentate
he
anymore?
always does a lot of baseball too. He's
Yeah.
a big
Hold on.
baseball
Does
guy.
everything.
Joe Buck isn't. He's not his dad. I'll tell you that.
No, he is not his dad.
Who's his dad?
What was his name? He passed away like in 2005.
I think it was Joe Buck Sr.
That was the same thing, Brad.
The Cardinals announcer for like 60 years or something like that.
I don't know.
Who's Joe Buck's dad?
Yeah, because isn't Joe Buck? He's from St. Louis,
Yeah,
right?
it's Joe Buck Sr.
Yeah.
Joe Buck Sr. Jack Buck. I was right. Jack Buck. He passed away back in. Oh, by the way, I'm starting a separate sports channel. Don't tell me I don't know sports shit, man. I know that a lot of you all that have subscribed to the Tilted Lawyer are probably not going to be filtering over, but we're going to be launching a sports channel. I'm in discussions with Brad, but he doesn't talk baseball or something. I forget what he said about it.
No, I said baseball. I'm not super deep into the lore of baseball, but
I'm super deep into everything, sir. Let me take care of it. Sort of.
I like football and hockey. I'm in for those.
I heard if you slice a baseball in half, it's full of rubber bands. Is that true?
No, it's not rubber bands. It's like a twine, and there's like a red rubber ball at the core of it. I know you're fucking. God damn it! You got me again. All right, let's get into our first one. It's going to be a little bit of a different flavor. We're experimenting with a different flavor. These questions are a little more open-ended. They're not specifically asking whether or not they are the asshole. And I was turned on to them by Ashley Jameson. What a name.
Yeah.
And so
there are a lot of men venting. It's
But
mostly
we're
men
gonna-
venting. Yeah.
we're going to be equal opportunity here. So I'm going to give women a chance to vent as well.
Men
Okay.
venting.
Yeah, I know.
Need that
Go
in my
figure.
life.
How dare a man vent and talk about his feelings. Do you want a man in your life, Brad? Bruce, I'm sorry.
Like right now?
Yeah, do you need some companionship?
I mean, I'm live streaming right now. I'm doing all right.
I feel like we're
You
all
need
kind
a
of
big
each other's
I have a
hug.
dog. My dog is right here, so I'm good.
Oh.
I'm fine.
Bruce, you need a big hug.
What?
I don't.
I
Well,
might.
You need a big hug from the butt from behind.
That is not what I heard, but
Brad is there to volunteer. His avatar is right above Bruce, and so it fits. Just to
boy.
lower that a little. Woo!
I'm in danger.
Oh, we're waiting on Lauren. Lauren says she just got back from the gym. She's gonna pop in at some point. We're gonna.
Good. Lauren will give me a hug.
Yeah.
Fine.
Me. Oh, by the way, if you haven't if you haven't heard, Lauren and I at some point in June are going to be racing. She's going to be down here in California. She has challenged me to a race, to which I accepted. I fully expect to lose this race because, as you know or may know, Lauren Knighty is like a collegiate swimmer, or she used to be. I could swim well enough to not drown, but I'm currently in training, prepping for that. We're also going to be doing an arm wrestling leg.
What? What is happening?
I don't know.
You're gonna wait.
You
So
and
this
Lauren?
race is in a swimming pool.
We're going to be in a swimming pool.
Let's be clear. She's not racing her
You're-
Mustang or whatever.
you're
No,
Okay.
racing laps.
we're not running. We're not running. I'd like to think that I would win that one, but you know, I'm not going to underestimate Lauren. I'm going to get myself in real good shape, and I'm going to win this motherfucker. Hey, I'm irrationally competitive, as I've been saying.
This
and
is my
then-
dog Ryder, guys.
What's up, Ryder?
Oh.
Yeah, I think
Look at that little
you guys
guy.
should have to salsa dance, and Brad and I can judge.
Oh, that's been one of the suggestions. Like, what should be the third
That would be
competition?
good.
Lauren said Hot Wheels racing's like, nah, because I'm not like 8.
Pinewood Derby.
Sure.
There was a karaoke suggestion. There was like a dance
Pinewood
hall.
Derby would be fun.
Man, but I'm not the engineer that Bruce is. I don't feel confident in that
I would get into that.
one.
Aerodynamics.
If it's a Pinewood Derby race, I would cheat my ass off.
What is this?
All you got to do is build a Cybertruck and you win.
How do you cheat at the Pinewood Derby?
Yeah.
What is this?
You never saw South Park?
What did they do? They put a little engine in it or something?
There was like an
Magnets?
alien, like Element 51 or something. And forgot what it was.
Aliens. Oh no.
Anyway, I am getting off track. Dominic, your only job is to keep me on track, and you have failed.
Well, it's Family Law After Dark, so this one you could get a little crazy.
We get a little crazy over here.
I do nothing but digress. I mean, that's the only guarantee I make.
It's funny because Bruce is supposed to be like the dad. But if you hear him on other strings, he's like buck wild and crazy.
Pretty
And like,
much.
yeah, it just depends on what kind of mood you get Bruce in. I think that I make Bruce nervous, and he's like, somebody's got to right this ship because this can't go all the way off the rails.
Yeah.
I feel like he sees me and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna have to designate drive this one.
That's why I have to be Ed McMahon.
Stephanie B, what are you talking about? A horse? Oh, horse. The with Lauren. Yeah, we could do horse.
Oh, and the basketball. Like the horse game.
Erica P says Bruce is the least dad. What does that mean?
Wow.
It's kind of
Maybe I'm the least dad, but the most zad.
Oh.
Probably not.
Hey, what you vaping over there, Ashley?
Sorry.
No, you're good. I got my vape too.
I'm addicted.
I'm a cigar guy. I can't smoke in the house. I'm experimenting with this vape. I don't know how I feel about it yet. It's definitely.
Is it a disposable? Kind is it?
I'm not a disposable kind of guy. I went all out. When I buy shit,
Ooh.
I kind of like go on a whole binge. And so I bought I did my research. I got a couple of these little things, and never mind about my vape.
Yeah.
I'm starting to. I really don't. I'm not sure how I feel about it. Anyway, this first person is my screen shared. Okay.
Yep, you're good.
Title is struggling.
Aren't we all?
Yeah. Interesting topic to start with. So he says, I'm sitting here 2 years removed from caring for a bedridden wife, and 6 months later, a preterm baby. And my 6-year-old girl, fast forward to January last year, and here is what ensues. Postpartum psychosis. Took the kids out of the house. I'm assuming he's talking about his wife.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Postpartum psychosis, though. How familiar are you guys with postpartum psychosis?
Not psychosis, but definitely the depression.
Yeah, depression is one thing. Psychosis is quite another. There was a case about a year ago about a lady that was experiencing postpartum psychosis, and she sent her husband out to pick up like takeout or whatever. And in
Oh,
the 40 minutes that he was gone, she
Yeah.
strangled the children. There was like 3 or 4 kids. I forget what
there
it
were
was.
like 3 kids, and they were very young, and she jumped out of her
Yeah.
window.
Jumped out of her window, tried to kill herself, and she failed. But she
Mhm.
injured herself. Yeah, that was postpartum psychosis. So when you say that, I don't take that term lightly. Is all I'm saying.
Yeah,
but
that
that's
sounds
years
like an
ago.
extreme end of a spectrum of
Yeah,
things that could happen.
it's not depression. Let's just say that it's psychosis. So next, this would be a good one for Lauren to sit on, but she's taking a shower or something. I'd assume. I would hope.
Or did she forget about you? Did she forget again?
Oh yeah, she forgot about. She
Yeah.
forgot about me.
Look
What
at
a-
her doing real human things in life.
Well, it's kind of a timing slot. Like I was trying to like get her on the show while she was working. It's like, yeah, I can't do this time slot anymore for Flat. We're just not doing it. All right. So postpartum psychosis. Next day, soon to be ex lies to the cops. She has a petition, and cops take a notice of hearing. Never looking. There was no petition for an ex party and illegally kicked me out. That's poorly written, but what I think he's trying to say is she filed a restraining order against him. And as a result of the restraining order, he was removed from the home. That's how I'm reading that. That's my only interpretation of what he's trying to say. He says, had COVID, she drained the credit money, everything to enrich herself. I was cold, scared, with nowhere to go. Fam came through and sent money for a hotel over a long winter weekend. Cops get called 4 more times. She's out of the house at this point, just does it to harass me. Called child support, child services.
Child services.
Yeah, does it mean CPS? 2 times. Try to have animal control put down by my lab puppy
Hanger.
3 times.
Oh,
Hanger,
Citing-
yeah.
Oh, what did I read? Trying to have animal control put down. Oh, you guys were just commenting.
Oh.
It's a pit bull. It isn't, and no knock on trained pit bulls. Has hired a soulless attorney that is enabling this. That's the thing about attorneys, man. I've very often said that it's really bad for your soul to be an attorney. If you do this long enough, I feel like it turns you sort of into a psychopath. I really think it does. Because you do these things and you take these actions, you take these cases, and with total disregard for what's going to happen to the other side, you litigate the thing.
Mhm.
And James Sexton, the family law attorney that's out there trying to give therapy advice to married folks, very famously said there was this occasion where I was sitting there in trial as a domestic violence hearing, and this lady was trying to get in evidence, and she did it wrong, and I objected. And or no, she had an attorney, but the attorney was inexperienced, and so he objects to her entry of evidence. It was basically photographs,
Mhm.
and all she had to do was say something like, "Is this a photograph that you took? Yes. Is this a photograph that accurately depicts the injuries that you testified to sustaining at the time of the incident? Yes." And then she could have answered it in an evidence
Foundation.
proper foundation. She didn't know how to do it.
Mm.
So she would just keep on saying, what does this picture show? Objection. Assumes facts not in evidence because she's not laying proper objection. And she couldn't figure out how to get over his objections. And then he's talking about, I knew in that moment that she was going to lose this case because she doesn't know what she was doing. And I knew in that moment that my client was the one that was in the wrong here. And I knew as a result of this case that she was going to lose custody of her kid, and all these bad things were going to happen. But I turned straight up psychopath, and I did it anyway because it was my job. It's like, fuck, dude.
Having to divorce yourself from your emotional side in order to be able to logically argue your case is something that not a lot of people can do. And
well, I can tell you right now that I would have likely stipulated in that moment to the photographs without having to go through the charade of the foundation. I don't know. Was he correct as an attorney to do that? Yeah. Was it a shitty fucking thing to do? Yeah, it was. Do you kind of have to be a psychopath to do that, or a sociopath to do that? I kind of feel like you do. And I think that the longer that you do this, I think that you just kind of go there.
Would the judicial system benefit from having attorneys stipulate to the facts of the case instead of trying to argue everything that goes against their client? Sure.
Yeah, the benefit is the judicial economy, right? Saving the money on attorney fees, saving the court's time, basically. But at the same time, you got another attorney over there that took this case. It doesn't matter if they're a 1 or 2 year attorney going up against a 20-year professional. They should know how to lay the foundation of evidence. But in the off chance they don't know, and this poor lady just gave this lady $5,000 to sit there at the hearing, you think that they would have read up on how to introduce photographs into a trial. And so, there's multiple things going on. The inexperienced attorney, for sure. James Sexton, professional sociopath, not going to let her get it in. As a result, a case where she was alleging domestic violence and all these bad things that would have protected her and her children going forward. Turns out that, we're just going to dismiss everything. Carry on as you were. No consequences for the aggressor, no consequences for the abuser. And if I am to make heads or tails of what Sexton was saying, basically he thought that his client was guilty of domestic violence. And he's saying this on camera with tears on his eyes. In his eyes, like he has this big emotional conundrum, but it's like, dude, I mean, there's being a sociopath and a family law attorney, and there is adhering to justice, because we take an oath to kind of do both. And in that moment, you kind of have to weigh the interests of justice versus your need to show off to your client because you happen to know rudimentary, foundational evidentiary skills and how to admit things, and you're attacking this lower attorney that doesn't know what they're doing, and as a result, this person that has committed domestic violence against this other person is not going to be penalized for it. That sucks. But imagine, you're going up against this other attorney. Maybe she doesn't have an attorney. I know I'm going on a rant right now.
It got lost.
But
is this in any way an appealable
malpractice? Yeah. Ineffective assistance of counsel? Yes.
Okay.
Is she going to win? No.
Yeah.
She just
win. There's theoretically remedies. They may just be difficult to obtain.
Yeah, because they give attorneys a lot of leeway to fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, unless you like did something procedurally wrong that throws the case out on its merits or without having it heard on its merits. If it was a strategical error, if you're trying to get in evidence, whatever, they're going to leave you alone on that one. Now, if you do other stuff, like you try to like taunt people like on TikTok or whatever, or threaten people with frivolous lawsuits, and like threaten to sue like the representative of the state bar, you might get your license taken.
Oh,
but I digress.
I think family law is probably one of the hardest, but just because of the disputes between the two. I mean, I told my attorney when I was going through my divorce, I was like, I now know why they call you counselors. You know, because I mean, you sit there and you bitch and complain, and you're like, you see how he is, you know, and they're just like, it's okay, we're gonna fix it, you know.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of respect for an attorney that can handle a family, a divorce with respect, I guess.
I go after people like James Sexton, and I seek and destroy. I mean, that's my job. I go after pieces of shit like that. Nothing against him. I just think he's a fucking phony, sociopath, piece of shit. I don't appreciate the things that he has to say. I don't like, he has like these throwaway lines that people's like, oh, that was so insightful. Sometimes when you're falling, it feels like you're flying. Wow, he's so emotionally connected. If you listen to what he's saying he's a fucking sociopath. He doesn't give a shit about you. He says these things that he knows you're going to hold on to, and he's going to, write a book about it. And it takes a certain kind of mindset to do that, and no offense to him. I'm sure I've offended him. He's not watching me anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm just saying, I don't like that guy. I've considered him. I was bothered by him the first time I've seen him. First time I saw him, I was very bothered by what he was saying, and I didn't know why. But now I think I figured it out. I think he's just a big phony. Some of y'all don't even know who that is, and that's cool with me. I'm sure you'll figure it out or Google him or something, whatever. He is who he is. Soulless attorney. That's how I got there. Okay, so I have nobody in a city. I moved to for her and alone in a small apartment, now paralyzed with PTSD and catatonic states. Folks, that is a real thing. I had a client recently who had been so manipulated by his ex in a nasty custody dispute. She basically cut off dad from seeing his daughter. Said, you know what? I don't care there's a court order. You're not going to see her. You're not seeing your daughter. You're a piece of shit. You're never going to see her ever again. And so we go to court to try to resurrect the visits, perhaps flip custody, because in California, the courts are supposed to award custody to the person that is more likely to give access to the other parent. If you are seen to go against that, then you shouldn't have custody. So we go to court, and I'm telling this guy that, look, we got these small victories. You got these FaceTime visits. You got these Saturday visits. And he says he called her once, and it was like so heartbreaking for him because she had like these really, really short answers. Like, hey, how are you doing? Fine. How's your day at school? Okay. What did you eat for dinner? Nothing. You know, that kind of stuff. Just no emotion, no engagement. Of course, because you're getting a call from like your other parent. And as a result of that, because it's just he was sick and tired of dealing with it, his remedy for that was, you know what? I'm just not going to make my phone calls. And I yelled at him. I chided him. I was like, you want me to argue to the judge that you're fighting for your child and you have these visits and you're not even executing them because you didn't like how they went. And there's this reality when it comes to family law. You have to do things. If you're trying to fight for your marriage, if you're trying to fight for the custody of your child, if you're trying to fight for things, you have to fight, man. And that means being there for your kids.
Is there kind of is the judge looking for like a use it or lose it kind of
Here's the thing.
behavior over time? Is that what they're looking for? Or?
The judge says, I awarded you these FaceTime visits. Why haven't you executed them? Well, because when I talked to her, it was kind of shitty. And the judge was like, I awarded you these visits on Saturdays. Why haven't you exercised them? Well, because last time I was there, she said she didn't want to go.
How old are the kids? The kids' ages make a difference too.
Kid is 11.
Yeah.
An 11-year-old shouldn't be making decisions on parental orders.
But you know how kids can be.
I do.
Especially if mom's talking bad about dad.
Which is essentially what happened here.
Yeah, exactly. Normally that's what happens.
But when he says PTSD, catatonic states, I've seen that happen so many times, and it loses cases for men like him.
Yeah.
She somehow gets away with withholding kids on my birthday every holiday. Seems gal don't care. Man, my girls are in pain too with my wife's strategy of let me drain out and die economically. I'm sharing this all because I need tips of how to snap out of a detachment and even the ability to get out of bed some days.
I think he needs to go to a psychiatrist.
Well, you could say that. You know what I would tell him? It wouldn't be helpful at all. Maybe it would. I would slap.
I know. I don't normally say go to the doctor, but I don't know what else to say.
Omar is your fake attorney. I cannot recommend physical assault.
I mean, I wouldn't physically assault. Maybe I guess I kind of promote. What's up, Lisa Lauren?
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, hey, you missed out on me plugging the race that you and I are going to do.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We're going to race. I fully expect to lose, but I'm going to try to train some because I'm a competitor. And then we're going to arm wrestle, and we're trying to figure out like the third event in our mini Olympics. I don't know what it would be. So
the arm wrestle is a throwaway for you. So we have to find something middle ground for the.
Swimming is a throwaway for you, and so we got to find something that we could both reasonably win.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Maybe I'll let you arm wrestle Dominic. It'll be easier.
I'm not much of an arm wrestler. Let's put it that way.
Cornhole. You can play cornhole.
I don't want to. What the fuck, Brad?
Oh boy. It's a real thing.
No, we're not fucking Brad.
Have you ever seen those guys on like ESPN3? They have more, advertising things stuck on their jackets than NASCAR guys. Those cornhole guys. It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Is cornhole an actual game?
Fun.
When somebody says cornhole, I know that because I'm a child of the 90s to mean asshole.
No.
not
No,
Bungholio.
It's an actual thing.
Cornholio.
There's like a
Okay.
board with a hole in it. And you stand on
Yeah.
the other side and you
My
throw the
apologies to you,
beanbag.
Brad. I didn't
You throw
know.
the little beanbag squares at it.
Thank you.
try
I
and hit
appreciate
in
it,
the-
but dang.
You play them
I'm
at
random plays with
tailgates.
Brad, not knowing what we're even talking about here. Hey, all right, we'll play bunghole or whatever we said.
Oh my God.
Bunghole.
Omar, we have to trust Brad, okay? Brad is not trying to get us to set up an OnlyFans here. I mean, this is real deal.
No, man, I feel like the OnlyFans is like kind of your thing. I'm gonna let you do the
I
OnlyFans.
thought that was Bruce.
I mean, if you're gonna pay $9.99 to see
If I can make money, I'll do it.
$9.99. That's a ripoff.
So I didn't know that
Damn.
game,
Right,
Stephanie. Like,
Stephanie? You
it's
know.
literally one where you throw bing bags in a hole. I
Yes.
thought that was like a.
Yes.
It's
I
called,
had no
That's
idea
it.
it was called cornhole.
Yes, that's it.
Okay, is that like an East Coast thing?
it's a Midwest
I
thing.
think it's a Midwest thing.
I think it's Midwest too. But we do it down here a lot. Like tailgates, barbecues.
It's
Yeah,
just a
Winks and I
thing.
need to get Omar to Wisconsin for a Friday night fish fry. That's what we got.
Oh, that sounds so amazing. You know what, man? I'm gonna round up the pedo van and I'm gonna make
The
a road
pedo
trip.
man?
Down. Oh, because Bruce has a pedo van.
No, I don't.
Oh, a pedo
It's
van.
military red. I don't have an old white van.
I
have
thought you said a
brand
pedo
new-
man.
Oh,
Oh,
God.
no, not a man.
It's called the Moose Wagon. Get it
Oh, I
right.
need to get myself a moose wagon. Is what I need to do.
Yeah.
Road
It's
trip
like-
down to Wisconsin.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. It's a pun. It's like the pussy wagon, but it's the moose wagon.
Totally.
I can't believe I have to explain this to you.
Man.
I'm just jerking your chain, man. I'm just busting your little balls.
But no, we got Lenten fish fries coming up, and then
You're just harassing my cornhole.
I hope not. Jesus. Like the way that guy is harassing that lady's cornhole. Jesus.
I feel like we haven't given this guy any advice at all yet.
Oh,
Like,
yeah. Well, I
poor
kind of
guy.
feel, yeah. I just talked shit about James Sexton and
this
He needs
dude
an
needs.
attorney.
yeah. Well, okay. I was about to give him my advice and then I got thrown off track. I don't
I have
know.
a question.
I don't even know how. Yes.
Does your wife ever wonder why you spend so much time on divorced men?
I try to make it equal on flag. Well, I don't know, man. I don't think she wonders that. I think she was wondering why I kept on talking about clapping cheeks.
I've assumed she was used to that, but you know.
Well, I didn't think she knew what it was. Is what it was like. Why you keep talking about clapping cheeks? It's like, oh, it's a gingerbread thing. Never mind. All right. So this guy what is he asking me? I'm sharing this all. Folks, I'm like 0.08
He needs
now.
advice. He's in a bad place with this divorce.
Here's my advice. This is my advice for him. He just needs to stop being a bitch.
I was going to say that too. I was
Dang.
gonna say bitch.
Look, it's hard to hear, but look, you were a man embroiled in war. And the cost of war is your depression and all the things that you're going through and all this. Look, it's shitty. But what's at stake is literally your children.
He's
And
gonna
if
have to
you don't-
stand up and be a man and say, "No, this. I know you're sick. You need some help, but this is what's going to have to happen."
There is literally law that
Yeah.
deals with the behavior that he's talking about. So let's start with
Right.
drain the credit money account. If they were married, she has to give half of that money back. File a motion to return half of the community money that was stolen from the credit money account.
Yeah.
She's going to have to know,
Save your screenshots. Always save your screenshots.
get everything in writing. No communication is allowed unless it's in text message or writing.
That is correct.
Never talk to anybody over the phone, ever.
Nope.
Oh,
Never.
When
yeah.
you're when they are the opposite party in a legal case.
Mhm.
She's calling the cops 4 more times for frivolous reasons. There's literally a family code in California that says if you make false complaints about domestic violence or child abuse, then you will lose custody of your children.
Mhm. Yeah, he can get all those records. Yeah, he needs
Yeah.
to lawyer up, hit the gym, delete Facebook. Isn't that what they say?
She has an attorney, so her attorney has filed these motions, so there should be evidence then, right? If you can prove that you weren't even living in the house and the basis for when she called the cops was frivolous, you have an inroads into the family code, which says that if she's making those frivolous complaints, she should not be the person to have primary custody.
He needs his own lawyer to deal with these items he's enumerating.
He needs to
needs more.
document everything and
That's
get an
somebody like
attorney. And once he gets an attorney, he'll grow. His balls will descend again. Like
She says,
I'm going to take a different stance on this.
Uh-oh.
I'm
okay,
not
but
going to
take a different stance. I got to finish my strategy for him because I'm not going to remember if you get started. Hold your thoughts, Bruce or Brad. God damn it!
Oh my
I
God.
made 92 sentences, and I'm a
I'm
girl.
going to make you
We're in
drink for every time you
danger.
call me Bruce.
I am.
Oh no.
Is it, dude?
At
Every
least
time
he's not calling Lauren Bruce yet.
no, not yet.
When we get there, we know we're truly in
Dominic.
trouble.
I'm just waiting for it.
It's gonna
Oh.
be between Bruce and Dominic.
Leaf Lauren is over there having her Monster Energy drink.
I have no energy drinks. It is almost 9 p.m. No
They're
thank
bad
you.
for you.
I'm the one with the monster.
Before I get too distracted, okay.
Oh,
He says
boy.
he is getting away with withholding the kids on my birthday. She doesn't seem to care. That tells me that she's not following court orders. So hold her in contempt. File a motion to hold her in contempt, which is a quasi-criminal action in family court where she would be entitled to a public defender, force her to explain her actions to a judge. Why did you violate the orders? The children are being emotionally in pain too. It says strategies to drain me out and let me die economically. He very clearly doesn't have the money to hire an attorney. This is what I'm reading from this. But he needs to go after her for sanctions, monetary sanctions, and force her to pay his attorney fees because she's filed these frivolous complaints, is violating court orders, withholding the children without reason. There's stuff about puppies. There's things that he can do to get back in this case. He just needs to stop being a little bitch about it. He's sticking his head in the sand and waiting for it to go away. The end result of that is you're not going to have anything to do with your daughters. And you're going to live the rest of your life wondering what might have been had you been a part of your child's life if you only managed to fight a little bit harder.
He doesn't need to enumerate these problems to us, random people on Reddit. He needs to enumerate them to his attorney.
Yeah.
he needs, and even though she's being a total bitch ass, I mean, he needs to just continue to keep trying with the kids because one day they'll see that mom's psycho, and then he's tried. You know, I mean, it's not always going to be that way. It's not always going to be this way.
100%. Lauren, I was going to ask you something. She brought up something about
Cornholes.
Yes, brought up cornholes.
It was the
That's what
postpartum.
this is Omar's thing about
psychosis.
biholio.
It was the postpartum
Not
psychosis at
polio.
the beginning.
Lauren, could you
Same
explain the difference
polio.
between postpartum psychosis and depression?
Well, then that's her problem.
I mean,
No,
postpartum
hers.
psychosis.
Yeah.
Wait, first of all, this person spelled partum like an idiot,
Well,
and psychosis like an idiot.
Psychosis, that's what I mean.
You have to ignore their grammar. I mean, I thought they were at
you can
Starbucks in
have
number
both.
2.
You know, you can have both, but I don't know. But postpartum psychosis is more like
Sometimes it's hard not to
delusions or
judge.
like religious preoccupations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Could be hallucinations. Postpartum depression is just like you're really like depressed. Like it's just like normal depression, but it's like more amplified by all the hormonal changes and stuff like that after you've given birth.
I would call Lauren as an expert witness. And
I would be asleep.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Well, I would call an expert witness to testify about the dangers of children being in the care of somebody that's been diagnosed with postpartum psychosis. If indeed she was diagnosed with that, then it's an
This is a good
expert
question.
emergency order.
I think
Lauren, does
Lauren would call Omar
postpartum
a basic
psychosis require a
basic lawyer.
diagnosis?
A basic lawyer. I mean,
Yeah,
that's,
did you call me a basic bitch?
Oh boy.
No, I did not.
which
No,
time?
Lauren.
Which time?
See, Lauren's gonna call you a basic lawyer.
Well, that's
Lauren,
because
which of
he did some basic white girl shit and got stuck on the side of the road. Like,
Right? I know.
God,
What are we even
I mean,
talking
some
about?
things are just funny.
I don't know. Lauren, which of these things need a medical diagnosis? Any of them? All of them? Some of them?
are we just talking about
I can
postpartum
tell
psychosis and
you-
depression? I mean, yes, but you do like need a. I mean, you can know that you have it just because like the signs are usually pretty obvious. But especially to the partner, if you are raising the baby with someone else and they've been with you through the pregnancy and stuff like that, they're going to see that. But like, I mean, there's a chance that they won't, but a lot of times it's going to be noticeable. You go to the doctor and the doctor will tell you, you know, this is what's going on. But I mean, you can know and kind of see from an outside perspective, like, hey, this is what's going on with someone and them not realize it. So I don't know. It really just depends on your situation, I guess.
Well, I could tell you in legal proceedings, they both would require a diagnosis. But if the diagnosis
Oh,
comes
yeah.
back with psychosis, then that is a safety issue, which may require the immediate flip of custody to ensure the safety of the children for reasons that I had already mentioned. And so the reality of it is this guy has a really good case to flip custody. He just needs to get his shit together and do it. But here's the truth about it. He can't afford an attorney. Good luck finding an attorney that's going to take this case basically on the contingency that she's going to be sanctioned and forced to pay his attorney fees. Most attorneys are not going to work under those conditions.
Does he have a job?
I don't know, man, but there's things that he can do. There's free consultations out there. At the very least, he can come and sit in my office and get a free consult, and I could give him a map for how to win this case.
Yeah.
And then if that's the case, if legal fees are really an issue, get a freaking personal loan, sell something, get family members to do stuff, get somebody on a down payment where we're going to put motions in place where we're going after her for attorney fees and sanctions. But you can't just like stand by idly because you're going to lose everything.
I mean, if they're just sitting around a lot, they could get a second part-time job even to pay for this.
Yeah, if he took this to an attorney that was good and actually cared, they would work with him with finances. My attorney did. Yeah, my attorney worked with me.
There's attorneys that will get creative with the payment of retainers, you know?
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
But if he just sits there and does nothing, he's going to lose it all. And there's nothing that's going to stop it. So that's my advice to him as an attorney. I think the majority of or the consensus amongst the entire panel.
Where is he at now? That was created March of 2014.
That's awfully long. No, it's 15 hours ago. That's like yesterday.
Yeah,
that was like yesterday.
Okay, I want to hear Brad's alternate take as well.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Brad. Go for it, Brad. What's your alternate take?
So my thing is, this guy, he needs a foundation, and this might be odd from the hyper masculinity that this guy needs to grab his balls and go man up.
Sometimes you got to do that.
He needs a guy to come into his life and help him refine and focus himself to stability.
Yeah.
And as soon as he can get some stable ground, he can start looking at what steps he needs to find to be able to get his girls back. But until he finds that, he's just wandering out throughout his existence.
He needs a life coach.
I don't want to say a life coach, but he needs a guy to invest some time into helping him get back on track.
I need to find this so I can write him and say, "How are you doing today?" It's been.
I mean, the Moose life coach is open for business. I mean, I'm here.
I'm a life coach, single.
Because
we got a couple of life coaches here.
I don't want to make it religious, but one of the things that we're going through right now is talking about how do we invest in men to help build strong pillars in our communities. And if he can find someone like that to be able to invest some time and resources to be able to help him figure out what needs to happen in order to get everything back on track, I think that would be golden for this guy.
Well, if I were to give, I think that's sound advice. He needs to get in the game, man. If I were to give him advice, I promise I wouldn't physically assault him with a slap. But sometimes you got to just grab your balls and just say, "Fuck it, we're going to war."
Can I ask a question? Well, I wonder what makes men like write something like this. Are they looking for some girl to come along and say, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry, let me help you"? I mean, I don't understand. I could see my ex-husband doing something like this for some sympathy because he is that jackass. But
Jeff Fox,
my wife's a bitch. All she did was spend money. You know, I could see him saying that.
Jeff Foxworthy famously claimed that guys don't tell another man his problems unless he's looking for advice on how to fix it.
I agree.
Yeah.
This guy's looking for advice. If you go to the end of his post, he's literally saying, like, what should I do?
Help me, but I don't know. He needs a friend.
Like well, think about how men and women communicate is completely different. Women have ready-made people that they know how to talk about their stuff.
Where are those women? Because
I didn't talk about that. I didn't talk my when I was with the problems. I didn't talk about it.
No, man. Well, I'm just saying, I'm completely generalizing. I'm certainly not talking about
yeah,
everybody.
you are. I'm fishing in the wrong pond, dude. What the fuck?
I don't think Omar is making some sort of claim about quality of conversation. I think
No,
it's more about
no.
the substance of the
I think we
conversation.
focused
Like
in
a lot
too
of
much on
times,
this poor guy who's struggling.
a lot of times when I was a manager, I had to figure out if my employees, whether they were male or female, and it may be that the females do something more than the males and vice versa, but everything's an S curve. But I had to figure out, is this person talking to me right now because they want me to listen to them, or do they want me to go solve a problem for them? And that was the main thing I'm listening for, okay, when I'm talking to my employees.
100% that. Could I give you an example? Okay, so I just had a conversation with my wife, and we were talking about something. And then like every time, like she like wanted to schedule a time to talk about something very specific. And it's like, cool. And then, but she wanted like go into these preambles about why it's so important for us to talk about this and why it's this and that, how it's going to benefit that. And if we don't, it's going to be this and that and these different things. And I'm like sitting there waiting. Okay. So like, could we just go over the numbers then? Like
Telling you on something.
I don't need to be sold on how important it is. I'm assuming that it's going to be bad if we don't or good if we do or whatever. I just need to get basic information. And then 45 minutes later, at the end of the conversation, like we could have had this conversation in like 30 seconds. She didn't like that one. She didn't like it. So
I've had that happen as well. Like
I was
sometimes,
just
yeah.
Go ahead, Bruce.
So sometimes people assume that you know something and you need to be convinced one way or the other. They want to tell you why instead of what.
But they need to make
And
sure that
a
you
lot of
understand.
times- Yeah. A lot of times people just want to know what, or at least men. Men want to know what, like define what we're talking about or whoever it is. And you have to figure out, does the person I'm talking to need to know why or do they need to know what? And if you could talk over someone's head if you don't know the answer to that.
Yeah, 100%. It's just my only point. Yes to all of that. My only point is this guy probably doesn't have the same outlets that a lot of other people do. He's looking for advice.
Sorry. I'm an asshole, guys.
No,
I
you're fine.
saw
What
our
happened?
divorced man 15 hours ago, but I was actually seeing over here created March 14, 2014. So that must be when he started his Reddit. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm an
yeah.
asshole.
Oh, the
No,
thread.
no,
I'm
this is a new post. Yeah.
I
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
a shithead. I'm sorry.
No, no
Well,
worries.
you should
That's
feel
so
that
bad
way,
now.
Jennifer. I want you to go outside and sit in your chair. Go sit in the corner.
And
5
it's like
minutes from now for you.
28 degrees now. Okay.
Oh, that's lovely weather, man. It's hot over here too. It's like
I know, it
70
was 43
degrees.
today when I took my walk and left my car on.
Oh, well,
Omar, screw
yeah.
you. It's 12.
God damn it. All right, let's I think
hold on.
that
I gotta go get my allergy medicine. I'll be right back because I am dying over here. I was with my parents and my sister at
is
their
it
house.
via suppository?
Oh,
I don't know what you just said, and I don't want to.
Just
no.
do it, Lauren.
There's
I
already
love that
something.
Lauren's
There's,
just
there's already something up there. Anyways,
What the
no,
fuck?
I was I was at my parents' house. Did you say suppository?
Oh my
What did you
God,
say?
Lauren, just do it. Run,
No.
Lauren,
You
run.
did.
No,
And
I
you
was at my
said
parents' house, and my
there's already
sister's
something
dog.
up there. It's like,
My sister's dog sheds everywhere, and so I like look. You can probably see it. Like I'm breaking out, and like my face is red. Like it's not good.
oh, my
I'll be right back.
vision's not that good, Lauren. I would have never known if you didn't point it out. But
I
yeah,
love
do what you got to do. We'll be here. We'll be here.
Boy.
All right, let's move on to hypothetical number 2. But
Oh my god, my picture's still a cat.
yes, it is.
Why not?
Why not? I think the consensus is this guy has to take action. Whatever he's going through, whatever emotional conundrums he has, he's got to find an outlet. He can't just stick his head in the sand. And the problem that he has is he probably has no ability or has no idea how to communicate what he's feeling. He's resorting to Reddit to try to find some kind of solace, answers,
Yeah.
whatever. He's swinging in the dark, man.
He needs some personal support and some legal support.
Oh yeah, there's
Yeah, right.
direction.
And
There's
he needs
things that I
both
can
of
do.
those.
Yeah, there are things that I could do, that any attorney could do to win his case. He just needs to get his head out of his ass, stop feeling sorry for himself. The worst litigator is always the victim. The person who victimizes themselves in litigation always loses. Always, always, always.
Yeah, this is a management platitude we have, which is called there's often you can't solve a problem at the same level that you discover the problem.
Yeah.
You need another team, another upper level manager. You need some direction to help you go implement the solution to a problem. You can't just do it all yourself.
100%. He needs help. He needs a team. At the very least, a free legal consult. Come on, man.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
If not, then 6 months from now, he's going to be
bad. Omar, you said you would totally give him a free consult and work with him. Some attorney would.
But he's never going to find that out if he doesn't pull his head out of his ass.
Yeah,
I don't know where this guy is either. You may not be in California.
You said, Brad, you said he needs a friend to say, all right, let's go. Get up.
Yeah. All right. Let's do, you know what? I'm going to take these out of order a little bit. I'm going to do a female one so that it's not like
sausage fest.
Exactly. All right. Let's, what is this one? I wish I was a fish. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. What do I do? All right. This is one for the women.
Spell hoping wrong.
God damn it, Jennifer.
Someone.
All right. She says, I have a question that I'm hoping could we just acknowledge there's going to be like 100 different typos in this post?
Okay, we will work on this.
I've given up on the ability for people to write.
My gosh, wall of text. Also, I remember back in Facebook in the early days, everybody used Facebook, and I was like, oh man, we need some paragraphs in this post. And somebody was like, you can't do paragraph breaks in Facebook. And I'm like, I replied with, here's my paragraph 1, here's my paragraph 2.
Right.
Like, it seems like you can.
You don't have to leave the space.
You just chose not to.
Yeah.
Just make it wherever you think there should be a break in the wall of text, just do it. Who cares about structure of paragraphs? Just do it.
Does anybody actually know why Twitter has a character limit?
Because people don't know about paragraphs.
Not even.
No.
Because Twitter was a service developed on SMS or text messaging, and that was the limit that could be sent in order to be received.
Mm-hmm. And then it just kind of stuck.
Well, I would think it's just to keep people short and simple.
Well, I think
they pivoted Brad's technical thing into a marketing thing.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
I remember when Twitter just came out, man. I have a Twitter. I don't think I've ever posted on Twitter. Maybe I should start, and I should make that like
You have posted on the Twitter?
I have?
Yes. You came in one time to say that David did not surprise you with Laura and that you didn't endorse that accusation.
I remember that.
Yeah, and I was like, Omar?
Oh. Well, yeah, I just didn't want, I didn't want to be I forgot why I did that, but it was important, I guess. Melissa's ETA is 6:18. It's like already 5. It's already 6. She'll have plenty of time. We're not going to be done anytime soon.
I have no idea what you're talking about. So
it's cool. Melissa's supposed to be here in studio. Like Dominic came all the way down because of Melissa, and she's like an hour and 18 minutes late.
Oh shit! Later than I am today.
Friday night, Omar. What do you want?
Hey man, yeah. Well, that's the other issue. Maybe next time I'll just have a remote. All right, let's go through this one. Wait, where was I at? Is it on the screen?
Yeah.
Oh. How come I can't find it anymore? Oh, I'm the keeper of peace.
What?
The mediator of fights.
What?
Is that what we're on? To all the keepers? Is that what it is?
No, we're on. I have a question that I'm hoping, misspelled hoping.
Why
All
can't I
text.
find it?
Money.
We're seeing it.
Oh, okay. I got it. Let me just move this to the front. I have a question that I'm hoping someone has the answer to. So I have been not living with my husband for over 10 years now. I'm not sure even how to find him.
I'm heartbroken for you, Omar.
Damn it.
That happened in Bones. That lady was married to the guy in Jamaica.
I haven't seen.
I got a lot of cases like this, man, where guys just fuck off to someplace else because they don't want to raise the kid. They don't want to pay child support.
Well, let's just go to jail.
So this happens more often than not. People are married, and someone's like, "I'm married, but I don't know where my spouse is."
About once
a lot, Omar.
I'm having to terminate parental rights because some fucking asshole just abandons the family and
I was busy. Fuck.
Lauren might be my real dad. I'd have to.
You got two
I don't
dads.
even
Then.
want to know.
All right, so I know he's around my area, but I don't know where. He's been in and out of jail and prison quite a few times since we separated. We have 3 children together. I have 1 myself. So I have 4 daughters that I have supported with no help from him whatsoever.
Pause. If he's been in and out of the judicial system multiple times, they have to have a last known recorded address. Like,
Not necessarily. Well, he might not be there. Like, it happens a lot where I literally have these cases here where people are in and out of prisons, and once they get out, you can't find them, man. You just can't. Because
But if he's local and like didn't I know he's around my area.
He's around your area?
No, not mine.
I mean, maybe these jails and prisons are all over the
That's what she
place.
said.
Who knows?
Above your highlighted.
Yeah.
So if he's in the area, it's not like he's going crisscross around town.
So it's not impossible to find him. He's just making it difficult. And look, there's a very easy legal solution to all of this. It almost doesn't matter that she can't find him. She could just serve him through publication, saying I did all my due diligence. I couldn't locate him. I tried to serve him at his last known address. He wasn't there.
Newspaper thing.
Yeah, the serve him through publication, and then that'll be the thing and problem solved. I do it a bunch. So anyway, I'm a single mom of 4. I don't have money to get a divorce. Finally, I'm on my feet a little more, and I could possibly pay for a divorce. But the thing is, I don't think it's fair. I have to take $1,500 for a divorce, and he pays nothing. Divorce doesn't cost $1,500. I don't think in any state. I don't know what she's talking about, but in California, for example, a divorce petition costs like $465 to file.
That's if you file it yourself, right?
Right.
That's if she files it herself, and she doesn't qualify
She
for.
probably doesn't know how to file it herself.
Yeah,
is
you're
my
probably right,
guess.
Bruce. I just knew I needed an attorney.
Yeah, but the other
she doesn't.
aspect
I guess she can just file.
The other aspect of that is that there's self-help centers in every courthouse across the nation. They could just-
Also, life isn't fair.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Well,
If $1,500 gets you what you need, then do it.
Well, let me blow your mind with this one. She might, on the basis of these facts, qualify for a fee waiver.
Oh, nice.
So whatever fees they might impose on somebody above a certain income threshold might not apply to her because of her plight.
And some I know Charlotte, like if you need help, financial, you're like a situation like this, there are places she could go and they would take care of it.
Always.
So
Look,
they're probably
whenever-
like that everywhere, huh?
Exactly. If you are somebody that is without money and you're sitting here in this lady's situation, just know that you could sit around and feel sorry for yourself, or you can go to the effing court. They all have self-help centers. They will point you in the right direction.
Yeah.
Man,
And
it's
they
cheap.
have
It's $175, including a $25 fee for the electronic filing system.
Man, that is cheap. That's really cheap.
If you have minor children, you'll have to pay additional fees totaling up to $295.
What logic is that? That's why Michigan's fucked up.
Damn it.
Hey,
But I'll
where do
tell
you
you-
live, Brad? Where do you live?
He lives in Michigan. I didn't mean.
I know. I was saying, where do you live?
Oh,
I'm not doing that on a live.
She wants to randomly show. She wants to give you a house.
Yeah, I know so many people from Michigan. It's all. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
In the greater thumb area. How about that?
Okay.
My point is that we've been litigating these cases for over 200 years now, almost 300 in America, and we take our law from the UK and common law that stretches back all the way to the 1400s. We are aware that there's situations like hers where somebody might not be able to afford the cost of litigation, and we make accommodations for it. Because as human beings, that's just what we do. Every state has a measure of fee waiver where somebody like her doesn't have to pay the fees.
On a state-by-state basis, yeah.
State-by-state basis, there's separate rules. But generally, if you're making under a certain amount, you got a certain number of kids, it's sort of like bankruptcy. Like they figure out whether or not you qualify for certain things. Law works the same way. And if you're making a certain amount of money, like 60 grand, $65,000 a year for a family of 4, you're like borderline whether or not you're going to qualify, but you should at least ask the question. Apply for it. Watch what happens.
They're advocates.
Yeah. Well, let me just continue with this. He don't work, never pays a dime in child support. Now I have to pay for his part of everything still. So he contacts my daughter sometimes, and she asked if he would just sign the papers so it would be cheaper for me. I wouldn't need a lawyer. But with no surprise, he gives an have your mom get a hold of me. I do not want to get a hold of him. This lady sounds like she's probably been the victim of domestic violence.
Yeah.
So my question is, in my situation where I left him finally after 10 years of abuse, leave him and get away, but having his last name still haunts me every day. I feel it is very unfair. I would have to pay all that money to get my name back. I haven't been his wife in over 10 years now. Is there anyone that knows a way I could get this down cheap, even if he isn't going to sign papers? They may not even be able to be found unless I catch him. Lady, I have the problem to all of the solution to all of your problems. If you go down to the court and you utilize the self-help center, they'll tell you exactly the forms that you need to file. You'll tell them, hey, I want to apply for this. Basically custody and visitation orders that are trying to terminate his parental rights. You'll say, great, how much does it cost? They'll give you what the filing fee is. God damn it, I can't afford that. Oh, well, lucky for you, we have a process by which we might waive your fees. Great. Now you get to file it for free. And any other subsequent motion within a certain time frame you'll be able to do for free without an attorney. Then you'll get a court date. You'll have to serve him with paperwork. If you can't find him, you'll give a declaration that you have done your due diligence. You've searched far and wide. You have no idea what his local address is, and you think he's avoiding service because he doesn't want to pay child support. And then you'll get permission from the court to serve him in the newspaper of the county of his last known address. And that will be good service. He can't hide forever. And then you're good. And then if he doesn't show up to the next hearing, you win by default. And by default, he forfeits his parental rights because it's been 10 years. You're going to make a motion that he's abandoned his parental obligations. I don't want anything to do with him. You want to relinquish his parental rights, and a judge will grant it. And in California, the time frame is a year and 1 day. In your state, it might be something different. But every state has a mechanism to do that. So when you do that, you're not going to be getting child support from him, but that's okay. He's not paying you anyway. And he's never going to pay you. And if you happen to live your life and come into the good graces of some bold individual, noble individual that wants to take you on with your children and start a life anew, he can adopt your child without any kind of threat of him coming back in the picture because he has forfeited parental rights. And now he's taking care of you and he's taking care of this child and he knows all of the information and he's happy to do it and be stepdad and you guys live happily ever after. There is a path towards that. You just have to do it. The impediments that you are raising here are not actually impediments if only you ask questions. You don't even have to know what to ask. Just go to the self-help center. They will direct you to the right place.
So wouldn't I don't know why I'm echoing now.
You probably have it on in the background somewhere.
I do not.
It might be that when you're not speaking, then the speakers are creating such a noise that
Okay, maybe. Oh, I just turned it. So wouldn't if you do that, you file something like that in your local, court, county court, whatever, wouldn't the sheriff get involved and find?
No, not unless they're asked to.
Well, the sheriff is not going to, they're going to go to an address that you tell them to go to. And
they go to what you tell them to go to. Okay.
Yeah, well, he wasn't there. So what do you want me to do? Yeah, we'll serve him. But
yeah,
the reality is, and I do this a bunch, we can't find the guy. Your Honor, I try to serve him at his last known address. We made 3 separate attempts to serve him personally. He's not there. I have no way of knowing where his address is. His last known address was this. I have reason to believe he's avoiding service because of all these different reasons. I'm requesting to serve through publication. As long as you can show that you've done your due diligence, the judge will grant that motion.
Yeah. I can't remember because my attorney did it for me. Change my name, my legal name back. But can't you just go and change your name at the Social Security and driver's license?
Well, you need a judgment. You would need a judgment of dissolution.
Okay.
Usually in the judgment of dissolution, there will be a provision that says that you wish to have your name restored to your maiden name.
Okay. So my attorney just said I'm going to do it for you because it's just easier.
No,
you
you go. I mean, the Social Security office will do it. They just will probably want to see a judgment like
ask.
that.
Yeah, I didn't know. Yeah, this is the first time I'm thinking about it, but yeah, it sounds like this poor girl. I mean, it doesn't seem like she's very well educated, and
I mean, a
she
lot of people aren't
probably
even.
has been through some really hard times, and sometimes you're just like, even me going through a divorce, and you know, believe it or not, I mean, he beat me down like crazy.
Mm.
You know, you still have, like, I still have a lot of fear in me. So when I do this show, I enjoy doing it because I can be me, and I don't really give a fuck who's judging me, right? And I've always been this person, but she's probably so afraid to even ask a question, or you know, she's just here's what the way it is, and it's not always the way it is. So she's probably just afraid to say, well, can I do something different? What can I do? You know?
Well, it might not even be that she's uneducated. It might just be that, I mean, most people don't have a clue when it comes. They walk into a courthouse.
I don't mean uneducated. Like, it's just like, I'm sorry, that was bad. I'm sorry.
No, it wasn't bad.
Well, people don't know what they don't know.
Exactly.
So until you know, you don't know the right questions to ask.
Right. The post was just kind of like to me like that. I'm sorry. I feel bad. I've been being offensive tonight.
Not at all.
You're fine. You're fine.
Not on our show. I'll tell you what.
And then I said uneducated.
Oh, don't worry about it. You're going to hear me a lot rattle off these solutions to these people's problems.
Okay,
the bottom line is, and the only takeaway from that is, all you got to do is talk to somebody, and I'll give you like 20 different solutions or things you can do to help your situation. But if you sit there and you're asking Reddit for advice, good luck with that, man. Go into an attorney's office and see what could be done.
Hey, Omar, when was that written? Can you scroll down?
5 years ago.
Oh, this was 5 years ago?
Interestingly, the Divorced Women channel appears to have been defunct since 2020.
Wait, what?
So you can't see the date she posted that?
It just says 5 years ago.
No. That's when it was created 5 years ago.
Or down.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, it just depends on how many
on the right tab.
Yeah.
You guys remember the other one? I was like, oh my God, I was just so
Well, the other
mean.
one, yeah. Well, the other one had a date. This one doesn't. It just says 5 years ago. Then.
If you scroll up to the top, it'll say when this was submitted. Right?
You're on the wrong. You're sharing it from a different tab, Omar. The one that that's shared is not.
I am.
Yes.
Oh shit.
We're seeing the bottom of the post.
No, give me.
There we go.
5 years ago, all the way to the top.
5 years. That's how you knew. Okay.
All
Yeah,
right.
because the other, remember, I saw it was like 2014. I was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Well.
That was my
hey,
fault.
Ashley, what do you think about all of this? You've been awfully quiet over there.
She went to go pick up pizza for her family.
Oh.
Pizza. Yeah.
Well, good for her. What do you think about this, Lauren? You got anything insightful to say? This young lady. It's cool if you don't.
You're muted.
You're muted. I can't unmute you, Lauren.
Jeez. Exactly.
I wasn't saying anything.
Exactly.
No, I'm sorry. My mom was trying to call me, so I was texting her trying to see what was going on. So I wasn't really paying attention for the last 5 or 10 minutes. I'm sorry.
Typical.
I mean, it is typical, not for that specific reason, but typical.
Not for that. Yeah, not for that reason. Sometimes I lose my train of thought too. I've done it several times on your show.
I know.
Baldoni lost. It's like, Jesus, she's not going to read the whole thing. Holy
and
shit!
I did.
Oh, I was
Lauren,
like,
I need to find
man.
your show. I'll write you in a minute.
You need to
on
what?
Chat.
Oh,
I'll write you in chat in a minute.
Okay. Can I
Okay.
have some pizza? I mean, you're not the one who got the pizza, but still.
No.
Are you gonna like smash like you did the steak that last time?
I'm never doing that again because I no longer want to be a fat whale. So, you know.
Oh, that was
your fat video was very good.
Thanks. That was my first podcast episode, and it was about being fat. So,
I wanted to comment. Amy said something. She said, "I'd want to get his wages garnished." The problem with that is, if you do that, you're not terminating his parental rights.
Right.
That means that he's going to come back and then ask for some kind of custody, and it's going to suck. He's not going to have an interest in your child. He's been gone for 10 years. But now it's like, oh, I want 50-50 custody. He's not going to get that. But then it's going to be like, okay, the judge is going to say, well, we're going to have reunification therapy for the child and the estranged father. and we're going to see how that goes. Come back in 90 days. If it's going well, maybe we'll increase visitation, and you're going to go through that whole rigmarole. And maybe that's best, but more often than not, in my experience, it's just shitty.
Outside of her name, what does trying to sever the divorce actually gain her?
When you say sever the divorce, what do you mean?
Obtain the divorce?
Or, well, obtain the divorce.
Well, the divorce is separate from the custody issue. So what she wants to do is terminate his parental rights so he can't come back and ask for custody later on down the road.
Oh, I see. Can you do that without getting divorced?
Yes, because you could have children without getting married. And so it happens all the time. If the parent is determined to have abandoned the child, not just physically, but financially, not contributed a dollar, not been there to visit, then 100% the family court has the authority to terminate his parental rights.
That's for unmarried people. What about married people?
Same applies for married people.
It's the same. Okay.
Same thing. Yeah. My only point in bringing up the support issue is if you terminate the parental rights, you're terminating his child support obligation, if that makes sense. If you don't do that, you could request support and probably garnish his wages. But hey, get ready, because in about a month or two, when he figures out that if he has more time with the kid, he could lower his bill, he's going to come asking for 50-50, and you're not going to like it. So you got to make some decisions, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
She needs somebody to guide her as well.
In 100% of these cases, it's going to be beneficial for all of these people to talk to me personally or another attorney.
You want to do that? You want to do that? I'm just kidding.
They should know, just get an idea of what could be or what's possible or whatever. All right, let me go on to this other one.
I love this one.
What am I? Scared of being alone.
Scared of being alone.
Are you scared of being alone, Jennifer?
Oh my God, you found my diary. Oh my God.
No, I'd love to be alone.
when you're on the internet, you're never alone.
That's right. You're never alone, even when you're not on the internet.
Oh my.
Give me 30 seconds. I need to replenish my lubrication. I will be right back.
We'll wait for him to talk about
What are we doing now? We're just hanging out.
He went to go lubricate.
Oh.
My champagne's almost gone.
Lubricate.
I know.
I put mine beside me.
I probably shouldn't drink more champagne. I don't know.
I don't know. What do you normally drink?
Might be dangerous. I mean,
red wine.
I have different things.
Okay.
Depends on the occasion.
Oh, that was fast. Yeah.
This is straight Everclear, so
It looks.
I also have plenty of water.
Do they sell Everclear?
Oh yeah, they do.
It's
yeah.
a thing, yeah.
Does it say Everclear?
Yes.
I can't remember. I haven't bought it in a long time. But yeah.
I know it says high school for me when we make PJs.
Well, I mean, I was mixing Everclear and Gatorade until like recently.
Oh
So,
dear.
yeah, it's pretty
Vodka.
bad.
I love vodka.
Trouble.
Yeah. My brother's been making some moonshine, guys.
I never had moonshine.
Danger.
It's
You know what I like? Because I've been trying to cut down on January. So I like if you get like a Polar or a LaCroix, like a sparkling water, orange, grapefruit, lime, something like that. And then you mix in some fruit juice, like orange juice, pineapple juice. It's pretty good. It's like having a cocktail, but it's non-alcoholic. So I think it's real good. Yeah.
Does anyone else hate sparkling water?
I love sparkling water.
I
You
only
hate
drink
it, Lauren?
vodka.
Nasty.
You got to get used to it.
My
I like
cocktail was
regular
no good for
water.
Lauren.
I'm a regular water person.
Still water.
I've had lemon water at a hotel that tastes better than hint of lemon from the LaCroix.
Well, if you put a real lemon in, it's going to taste better than LaCroix. LaCroix sucks.
I'm not a fan of lemon LaCroix. Lime LaCroix, I think, is pretty good.
I'll do vodka and water with like right now I have vodka water with strawberries in it.
If you like LaCroix, I highly recommend this brand.
Well, the chat hates sparkling water. So
I like Waterloo.
just canceled.
Waterloo's good.
Bye.
Waterloo's great.
Yeah, it is good.
Oh, Waterloo.
It's like 3 times better than LaCroix. Just do it, man.
It is.
I don't
It's
know.
much better, I think.
Is
too.
it?
Just try it once. If you like LaCroix, you're going to love it.
All
Yeah.
right. I like Polar, actually. Polar is good.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I just get the
I think
store
you'll
brand.
like Waterloo better. You'll like Waterloo better, I think.
I didn't like the store brand, at least where I live.
Hey, Dominic, could you go get Melissa?
See, we got Meyer here in Michigan, and Meyer just beats everyone out. So
I don't know that
Oh, I
one.
remember Meyer from my Midwest days.
Well, LaCroix is from Wisconsin, so
is it
that's what
really?
we had when I was a kid.
All
Now
right.
there's all sorts of other stuff you can get.
You guys don't like bubbly for Michael Bublé?
No.
No,
What
that's-
in the world?
I don't like that stuff.
I like Waterloo the best.
Waterloo's great.
Mhm.
Should I wait until Melissa is in here before I start this thing?
Yes.
She's probably going to be like walking and roll her eyes at you anyway. So
Oh, she was
she's funny.
saying that she was a little bit sick today, and she wanted to not come in because she didn't want to get me sick. It's like I got the immune system of the Great Britain Wall. The what am I trying? The Berlin Wall.
Great Wall of China.
And never mind. I know that the Berlin Wall.
Berlin Wall?
I
That's
know
the one that came down. You don't want that one.
Well, it's the first thing that came to mind. That's not the one I was thinking. It was the one that I said. I'm just saying I'm living with like a 4 and a 5-year-old. My immune system is pretty on point. A couple of walking germs, them too. Walking petri dishes.
Children.
Anyway, Lauren, so are you down for like leg 3 of our competition to be like karaoke singing?
Yeah. We can do
What would
that.
be your song of choice?
Oh, I don't know yet. Let me think about it.
Well, I'm definitely going to sing I'm Every Woman.
Shaka Khan.
I will. If you don't sing I'm Every Woman, I will leave.
Rufus is a highly underrated band.
I'll make Dominic sing It's Raining Men.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Oh, Dominic's
Poor
going to win round
Dominic.
3. Oh, shit.
Lauren's going to sing I'm Too Sexy.
I
wait,
refuse to sing that. I will find something else.
You got to have a deep voice to sing that, Brad, or I could do that.
You guys,
Oh.
let me tell you, you know, I'm very well. I'm not Southern at all. I do not sound Southern. You know, I'm Southern. Anyway,
A little bit.
Just
there was one time
a
it
little
was
bit.
back
A little bit.
when the Dixie Chicks were like, you know, really popular. With like, "There's Your Trouble," not
Oh.
trouble. And so a friend of mine and I, we went out and we were singing "There's Your Trouble," and I can dance. I can't sing, and so like I'm dancing as I'm singing, and I'm like, "There's your trouble," and I start swinging the microphone like this with the wrong one, and it pops me right in the head.
Oh,
I
that's
mean,
such
it
a-
literally, I
Name
popped
check
my head like that. So yeah, I don't do karaoke very much.
Well, the last time I did karaoke, I think I sung an Al Green song.
Yeah. Let's stay together.
I don't think I've ever really done karaoke.
Last time I did was in New York City, and that was 2 years ago. I stayed with my best friend Brat, who's an attorney as well, and we did Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow.
That's solid. I'm a big fan of Kid Rock
Horrible. Those people in the bar were laughing at my ass. It was terrible.
because they were singing Sheryl Crow.
Yeah. Well, no. Well, I mean, no, because I'm that bad.
Like, because you were like mid twerk while you were trying to swing.
No, and I'm like
Oh,
dancing the
boy.
whole time and I'm singing, but I didn't hit my head though, because I'm like, I'm in New York City and I just can't be that Southern.
Kendall, like, I'm stalling so Melissa could come in here to start of the hypo. Kendall, like the motor oil, says, I'm
You used
impressed
to
that she knows
gin and
Kendall. I used to drink gin and water, and I used to drink gin and water to practice for old age. And now I'm old and I don't drink it all anymore. Respect
Well, I'm sure you're not old.
to that. But
Seems fine.
I think that when you get older, you just learn how to drink alcohol better.
I think so too.
Fair.
Haven't you heard the stories of the people living to be like 115 drinking like a whiskey in the morning and
Yep.
smoking cigars all day? Like,
Yep.
Sign me up.
I mean,
I don't have that talent. Mine just got a little more disordered, but you know, whatever.
I don't know what got disordered. I don't know if it was a cornhole or what we're talking about.
Oh boy. You know,
My
the new
cornhole
season.
is in perfect shape. Thank you.
Oh boy.
I don't need to invent. What's up, Melissa?
Wow.
We're ready.
Citation needed. Is she here?
She's a
Loud little ducky.
She sounded
Hi,
like
ducky.
is she
She
here?
said
You know, the new
That's what it
season.
sounded like.
The new season of The Bachelor starts on Monday, and his name is Grant.
Already?
And he likes karaoke.
who does?
The new Bachelor on Monday.
Do you have a crush on the new Bachelor? Is that a show that you watch on purpose? Could I ask
You
that?
watch it?
Like, is it a show that you legitimately watch for entertainment?
I don't know. I watch it because
I like
of
the mess.
By virtue of being
like-
attached to Dave.
Magnolia,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
mean, there's like a
that must
community
be your
related
brother.
to it. I don't
my
watch it
favorite
for
gay
it.
Is that your brother?
He's my favorite gay.
Chris Dorado.
Is that your brother? It's your
Yeah,
brother?
that's my brother. That's my bro.
He's like
Yeah.
really
Oh,
attractive.
we love your brother.
Yeah,
I'm
He
looking
was
at
at the
his
Christmas
picture.
thing, right? I mean,
Yeah.
he is an attractive man for
Yeah.
sure.
As
I
long
don't know,
as
I
you
was
don't
really,
tell us old.
I was really
Like
drunk
your
at your Christmas
sister.
thing. I just see his picture now. I'm like, that's an attractive gay man.
Well, my brother was not. That brother was not there. Miguel was there.
oh,
That's
Miguel
Ah.
was there. Okay.
That explains
Yeah,
it.
that's my gay brother. He's been on my show. Not lately, but he's been on before.
Once before.
Twice.
That I didn't hear one.
Hey, where's your mic? Speaking in the mic, because nobody
yeah,
can
get
hear you.
Melissa in here. Come on. What's going on?
That I was here.
I'm every woman.
The hell is that? Jesus.
Oh, justice for Shaka
I don't know
Khan.
if maybe he did another show that was like after hours. Maybe that's when he was. But he came into the office once where you didn't tell me that somebody was coming, and I was dressed not appropriate for an office.
Well, he wasn't checking for you anyway.
What?
Melissa, where's
What?
she at?
Oh,
Yes, it didn't happen.
Or-
I was like,
oh
so-
my.
and I was like, hello?
Accessories might take a little longer.
well, yeah, this is my brother. This is my brother, the gay. Meet him.
That's what you said.
Oh,
That's
That's literally you opened the door. Oh, this is my gay brother. I was like, that's a very nice introduction.
But it was
We
a
got a lot
lot
of
more
work
than
to do.
Yeah, I know. Me and Lauren have already talked about this, and she said it was cool, and my brother said it was cool.
That was your Abercrombie model brother. Remember I told you that too?
Oh, you did say he could be Abercrombie.
Oh, okay.
I don't think he wants to be there anymore, but
No.
What is this? Did
My
you
brother
do
would
this?
take that shit.
What is this set? It's all pink. Did you do this on purpose? This is
I
very
didn't.
good.
Dominic did the lighting, so
This is very
that is the color that he chose, and it's been like that for weeks now. So
I've always told him to just go with the white light, but he likes colors because he's
no, I like colors, man. I don't like the
well, it matches the
modern-
sweater. It's all good. I like it.
Remember we were talking about sexual harassment and the girl got like offended by like that pink is really pretty or that
Oh,
pink is
yeah.
really
I'm
Remember we
doing that
talked
right
about
now.
the other week?
Like I'm literally, I'm in big trouble,
I'm
guys. I'm in
And I was like,
danger.
Melissa, you look good in pink.
I know.
My undertone.
Candace says, "Don't argue with Melissa. She's always right. Like hell, she is." I know better.
and now we know why she's in a different firm.
Damn.
Oh, burn. All right, let's get to this guy is whining about something.
I missed
go-
you the other day. My new
Got
boss
you.
got sick of me mentioning you.
Oh, I know. Well, what could you do, man? I'm one of a kind. It's working for me is a pretty good deal until it's
If you're not legendary, you're infamous.
touche. All right, so this guy, Melissa, tell me what you think about this guy.
Uh-huh.
I have a feeling I know what you're going to say. And it's kind of sad that I know that you're going to say this.
Mm-hmm.
So he says, so for the early part of my life, well, he titles this, Scared of Being Alone, Always a Relationship Guy.
Mm-hmm.
So for the early part of my life, up until about 24, I didn't date much. Didn't really like it. Just enjoyed the usual guy friends and occasional hookup. With his guy friends?
Mm.
Talking about occasional hookup.
He didn't preface it.
Yeah.
I think that's what the "and" is for.
Now you're looking too deep.
Miss the comma.
Then I had my first real relationship, and I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Once that broke off, I felt a strong sense of longing and was upset a lot with not dating anyone. Dated several more girls and then met my wife. Have to say, I just strongly identify with being a boyfriend and husband. I remember those feelings of not being one, being fairly bad. 2 weeks ago, the wife asked me for a divorce. Obviously, dating anyone else is way out of the question. But still, the feeling grows of what am I going to do? I feel like I'm going to be in an apartment alone, scrolling endlessly through dating apps with little responses, feeling worthless and unloved. I know some folks love being alone, but I don't know. Am I going to adjust or go nuts, feeling like crap when I'm single? How old is this guy?
20. No, he said until he was 24. He didn't.
Yeah, he didn't say how old he is now.
Late 20s probably.
Yeah, maybe he's even 30.
How long ago was it? When was this? 5 hours ago?
This, this was 19 hours ago.
Oh, okay.
Maybe he was, I would say early 30s to late 20s.
Well, I mean, you don't really start having these existential crises until
We don't
you're
know how long his relationship was. It could have been a few months.
yeah, but long enough to have gotten married and divorced.
I think he needs to stop.
Wait, did he do that?
Yeah,
Oh, wait, he did all that.
he said
Yeah.
I dated a couple of girls until I met my wife.
So he's lived a little bit.
The problem is that he's defining what he needs to be at this particular time in his life by his expectations of being in a relationship and how it made him feel.
Well, he just likes it.
Yeah, he likes it.
He likes it, but that's the thing, is just because you like it doesn't mean that that's the reason for getting into the relationship.
I think he needs to get to know himself.
This is what
I fell into that
Neil
really.
says.
That's hard.
The relationship should be the dessert. The meal should be being where you need to be in life for you.
Right.
That's just an extra spot. Is an extra, yeah, right, exactly.
That was profound. He said the relationship should be the
dessert. And
Yes.
then he
you need to figure out who you are first.
And you can't do the dessert until you figure out your meal, which is like getting yourself in order. So this guy could have anxious attachment or something like that.
And then when you've had your fill of life, maybe you just don't feel like dessert.
I think he might be a little insecure just because he feels like he needs somebody, but he doesn't.
Well, let me ask the women on the panel.
That was the woman. I am a woman.
But I'm going to ask you a specific question. Is Ashley back yet? No, she's still doing the pizza thing.
No, but I give guy advice though. Sorry.
No, but here's my question to Melissa and Lauren and Jennifer.
Yes.
If you guys, okay. Well, I guess Lauren is not. Well, answer it anyway. A guy tells you at the beginning of a relationship, or switch it to a do what you got to do. Somebody comes and tells you that I really like being a boyfriend and a husband. I'm like a career boyfriend or a husband. That's all I ever want. Is that a red flag?
No.
Is it unattractive? I think you described it as Melissa, you described it as a Labrador retriever.
Oh, wait.
But if he's a perpetual boyfriend, how do you marry him?
You don't.
Well, he turns into that. He decides that that's what he wants to be, and he goes for it. You know.
I just read that as like relationship person. Like you can't function outside of a relationship.
I think that means you're Lauren. I think you're exactly right, but I think that means you're insecure with yourself, and you have to have somebody. So I that would be a red flag for me because I need somebody to be.
Why no info on why she asked for a divorce? Is it because you're too codependent and needy, and like you can't have your own identity?
That's
like,
the issue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, this guy did a big montage past a lot of important things, you know.
I talk to men like this, and I've met lots of Labrador retrievers, I guess is what I would say.
Golden retriever.
You mean I would say golden retriever?
What's the difference?
There's a difference.
Justin for
You met Ryder.
My point is, I've met lots of these career boyfriend husband types.
Career boyfriend.
Well, that's what he said he is. That's what he wants to be. They tend to be overbearing and overwhelming to their partners because they don't know how to function by themselves. Anytime you want to be left alone, every time they want to go to the store or anytime you want to go shop for something at Costco, he wants to tag along. Anytime you want to go spend some time out somewhere else, he wants to tag along. Anytime that you're watching the show by yourself, he wants to join in on the thing. He won't let you be independent in any regard. That's usually the mistake. Thank you, Sarah Dawn, for the 5. She says,
"Sweet.
Hi ye. How would you pronounce that?
Hi.
Did she say it like a gay? Is that
No, she's
Like
saying
a
it
gay.
friendly. She's being friendly.
Oh.
Hi.
She's from Newfoundland. Come on, Omar.
I know. Hi ye. Hi ye. It's like she's like you're on a roller coaster. I just love you guys. Okay, bye. Okay.
It's very late at night there.
Yeah, the problem with these types is they have no idea how to be independent.
Right.
And if their entire identity is wrapped up into I have to be with somebody in a relationship and somebody, or be married, or your
look at
identity is being the couple. You can't have you stunt your ability to grow separate.
Look at what he said at the very last. Like, I fear I'm going to be sitting in an apartment schooling too.
Yeah.
That's why I said he needs to know who he is. He needs to know himself. He doesn't.
There's a lot of people who are not comfortable being alone, and they have to be with somebody, whether it's a good companion or a bad companion. They don't give a shit. They just want to be with somebody.
I can tell you that my wife, when she met me, like, the big attraction for me is that I really needed my alone time, because the guy that she was with before that was like always like wanting to talk to her. She'd get home from work and he would be there and like call her on the phone, like, "Hey, so how
And
was your
nothing to say, and you're like,
Nothing to say. Let's just be on the phone for hours." Like, no, fuck that. I got shit to do.
I don't want to talk about nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's another thing from Dave. So Dave recommends, don't just do the dating app. Do it in thirds. Like, maybe a dating app is a third of your dating strategy. The other third should be going out and doing the hobbies and the things in the real world you like to do. Like, if you like to throw axes, go throw axes every week. If you go to wine club, go to wine club. The other third
Don't
is
combine
like,
those.
don't combine wine club and throwing axes. But then the other third is like doing new things and getting outside your comfort zone. So you got to do these 3 different things, and then you will meet someone one way or the other. Don't just focus on one alone.
Now that you mentioned wine club, now I'm 100% sure that wine clubs do work. Last weekend, I was at one with Ileana and her husband. There were a lot of single men and women.
In wine clubs?
Omar, I swear. I was like, where is everybody who's looking for a partner? What do you guys have here?
The wine club, there's no single ladies at the wine club I go to.
There is.
It's all couples.
Oh, they're
I'm going to the wrong wine club. But anyway.
No kidding.
You must be going to the old near the the retirement community.
Yeah, it's all paired up old people. Yeah.
I think the biggest problem with these younger generations is that they're so caught up with these dating apps that they forget how to talk to people, man.
Yes.
That's true.
Go up
The
and talk to the
generation
lady.
filled with computers and like media. They're not comfortable going out in person
Yeah.
and talking to somebody.
Go up and put yourself out there, man. Risk the rejection.
You know, when I was
Yeah, that's what Dave is saying. Like, wear a funny T-shirt and go
Well, he
sit at the
needs-
bar
he
in
needs
a
a
restaurant you
friend
like.
too that might be
My uncle
single, where they can just go like do their hobbies and blah blah blah. You know, when
Any
I was
bonuses,
single for
though?
years and years and years, there'd be times I would just be like, friends aren't getting together here. We do take time off, so I'm going to do this night, and I'm going to go order food at like a nice. There was my favorite place in Charlotte, closed down years ago, but anyway, it was a Italian place, and I would just go to the bar, and they had that big like Capital Grill kind of like a vodka with the pineapple, that drink, and I would order my favorite dish, and I would sit there and have like 2 martinis and talk to people and take my dinner home, and that was just something for me to do because I was social and it was fun. He just needs to find out something. It might be silly to other people, but
Look,
likes
as much as you love your partner, as much as you love your spouse, you have to be able to exist independent of them.
Yeah.
Like Amy says, I can't stand it when a man can't handle if we go out in public or to a party and I talk to other people. I'm a social butterfly, but it doesn't mean I'm flirting.
Yep.
There's something to be said about that, because she's right. Those men tend to be like, you're going out to like some kind of a social gathering, and then he doesn't know how to mingle. And so he's just like a little puppy dog, like following you wherever you go. Because
my ex-husband and I mingled too much because we were both too social, and we were just like,
well, there's nothing wrong with that. Just be.
no, there's not at all. But you know what happened at the end of that. But whatever.
I remember.
But yeah, I don't mind. I think you should be who you are, and some people don't know how to be who they are once they get in that relationship, and once they're in relationships like this guy, always in a relationship, he doesn't know who he is.
What I would tell this young man is this: look, if it comes to pass that you don't find somebody and you have to live the rest of your life being single, I hope that you're not wasting it scrolling on dating apps, hoping to find that 1 out of 1,000 that's going to match with you when you're going to live your happily ever after. Go out, like what Bruce was saying, go out and live your life.
Yeah.
Find your hobbies.
Get a hobby.
Go travel.
Yeah.
Go to Thailand. Go to Amsterdam. Go to Italy. Go to
Europe.
travel abroad.
Yeah.
Be
And not
careful in Thailand.
Notice he says Thailand first.
Well, I didn't mean it for like prostitution purposes. Not what I meant.
Be careful in Thailand and Vietnam. That's true.
Just go out and have fun, man. Live
Go
your.
drink wine, throw axes.
It is a beautiful thing to be single. You're not beholden to anybody. You can just go out and explore your interests.
And do you know how many married people or people are jealous of
Yes.
him. Right.
I can
They
tell you,
are.
my brother just spent a whole 6 weeks in Spain. He's like, you want to come? I was like, yeah, fuckface. Let me just get a babysitter for 6 weeks. Dipshit. Asshole.
Let me just drop my wife and my kid for 6 weeks. Bye. Yes, of
I'd
course.
love to go to Spain. Let me just divorce my wife.
Well, you're already on the subreddit, so.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah,
hey,
that-
Omar, I gotta go because it's almost 10 and I gotta make dinner still. So
Damn you, Lauren. It's cool. We
thanks
love
for
you
having
anyway.
me.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love Lauren.
Thanks
You're
for brightening
awesome.
up our
I love you
stream.
guys too. I'll see you next time. Yeah.
See you.
Be safe,
Bye.
man.
I just if I don't eat before 10, I'm gonna get cranky.
Well, if we're still on,
All right.
if after you read, well, and we're still around, you're welcome to jump back in. If not, then
Yeah.
have a good weekend. We love you, man. You know
Love
we
you
do.
too. Thanks.
Bye,
Oh.
Lauren.
Bye.
See you.
Okay. Amy says, I think that's what my best friend's husband is doing to her Stephanie. To her Stephanie. Oh, she's talking to Stephanie. We've been friends for 20 years, but she stopped responding to me and our entire circle of friends. I think they're having their own conversation. I'm going to leave that one alone.
Oh, that's chat. Probably chat.
Yeah. But yeah, that's what I think about that. What do you think, Melissa, about this guy? What would you tell him?
That you need to learn to be
Well, here's the thing.
alone.
I want you to give this advice as somebody that's married to one of these. By your own definition, right? I want you to give your advice because you're married to this person. I want you to let him know that it's going to be okay. Well, I don't need you to let him know anything. Say what you got to say.
I married one of those. That's true. A career boyfriend, like
Is
you
it a
said.
golden retriever or a Labrador retriever?
No, it's a golden retriever.
What's the difference?
This is a lab. Golden's like.
Is it
Mine's
just the
a lab.
color? Okay. But does the personalities? It doesn't matter. I'm talking about.
They're a little different. A lot different.
So I married one of those, but there's one thing about being a career boyfriend. There's a difference between being codependent. My husband is not codependent. He has his own hobbies and he's able to go on his own to do his stuff. He prefers to go with me, of course, but he's not going to die if I have to do something by myself or I have something to do with my friends, for example, or stuff like that, or seeing my mom, or he's not going to die.
Do
Like,
you
he
get
doesn't care.
annoyed when he wants to tag along?
Hmm?
Do you get annoyed when he wants to tag along?
No, because he really, I mean, how do I say this? I'm not a career girlfriend because I was not, but I mean, I was fine with it. I would get annoyed if he wants to tag, like if I'm going out with my friends, he's like, I want to go out. No, you're not.
Kendall, like the motor oil, says, I'm married to a man like this. I have nothing nice to say. He needs to grow up.
No, my husband has a lot of hobbies. For example, as I was leaving, he was like doing like this thing to his bike. I don't know what it is. It was like clean. It's like his own time.
Okay.
Where he like puts it out and then he
At least he got his
cleans
thing
it.
though, right?
Exactly. And then he takes like 3 hours to wash it, so he makes sure everything's like spotless. But that's something he enjoys. If I stand next to him and start talking, he's like, "Get the hell out! This is my time."
Yeah.
because it's his time.
Leave me, get out.
Exactly.
Leave me alone.
It's like when I'm doing my makeup and he starts talking. Get out, please. Like you're not letting me enjoy this moment in peace.
Or it's like I'm
It sounds like you're dependent on him.
sometime. Well, yeah, in that scenario. But like, I don't know, like when I'm watching TV with my wife and like she wants to ask like 20 questions, like, oh, are you done with your questions? Could we resume the film, please? Is there anything else that I could answer for you?
Oh, so your wife's that way, my husband's that way.
I will
and
pause
I
the
haven't
show, like-
seen the movie, and I'm like, what do you think I know? Like
You're
like,
asking me
excuse
these questions. They're literally about to answer it if you would just wait 2 seconds. Jesus.
That's why I don't watch movies with people.
I have one friend. Every single time we go to the movies, he had already watched the fucking movie, and I always tell him, "This is what we're gonna do. You're gonna sit in the other corner. You're gonna shut your mouth, and you're gonna let everybody else watch the film." You know how badly I hate people that have seen the movie or have seen the previews or whatever before, and they already know what's gonna happen. And now he's gonna fall. Shut up!
And
I'll
they're,
scream it at the top of my lungs.
and they're like, wait for this, wait, just watch.
I'll slap you.
If I told my wife when she told me she wanted to go like hang out with the girls for mimosas, like, hey, I want to come, she would lose. She's like, is there something wrong with you?
Yeah, are you gay?
Well,
she
you know
don't-
what? My ex used to do that, and he would go with sometimes.
I want a mimosa.
But when you're out with the girls, like, no, I don't
Yeah.
want to sit there with all them women talking about
Yes,
stuff, man. Leave me
exactly.
alone.
Yeah.
It's Sunday. I want to watch football.
It's like me sitting with the.
Oh yeah.
I don't want to do that. That's uncomfortable.
Yeah,
Why
I
the
wanna-
I
hell
want
would
a football mimosa.
Yeah. Or like if she went to go, hey, I'm gonna go to I'm gonna go to I don't know, where do girls go?
I'm gonna go to Pilates and then we're gonna have brunch.
Oh, could I could I tag him? No,
Are you
Dick.
okay?
You tag along? Yeah. Have you had a manmosa before?
A man
What is
mosa?
that?
There's a man
I don't
mosa,
believe I
and then
have.
there's
What
a
is it?
What's
mimo.
this? What are we doing?
Oh, my attorney, one of my best. He reminds me so much of Omar. His last name is Keiki, Andy Keiki. He's in Cincinnati, Omar. We were in Charleston. We always go to Charleston once a year, and it is a beer.
Oh, a beer mosa.
But it's like three things.
Let me
But it's
see.
not
Three
just orange.
things.
It's not orange juice and vodka. It's
Mhm.
like beer, vodka, and orange juice. Maybe I'm trying to remember what it was, but
Yeah.
so good. I'll have to find it on the
Mm.
menu. But yeah, it was
12
so
ounces
good. We just
beer
go to brunch
chilled,
and have
1
those.
cup orange juice, 2
Made
ounces triple sec.
And
Did you
mimosas
try it,
Triple
Brett?
sec. There we go.
and usually has another liquor such as
Triple
champagne.
sec is an orange liqueur.
Yeah,
You could have a whiskey mimosa.
Could I just have a whiskey?
it was
Mhm.
beer. There's beer in there too.
Like, do I gotta put a bunch of shit in it?
Do you
Like,
have to be so fucking boring?
yes, I do. Matter of fact, I'll enjoy my whiskey, and you order whatever stupid shit you want to order. How about that?
Omar, sometimes you want Scotch neat. Sometimes you want a beer mosa.
Do you guys
That's life.
remember?
Mm,
Do you
teach your
remember
own.
the
Reminds me
comedian
I want to
David
take
Attell?
any more gay, Melissa.
David Pale?
No, Dave Attell.
Oh yeah, David Tell. Yes.
Okay, so he was in Charlotte one time, and my friend was for a Halloween thing. He was filming that show he used to do back
Yeah.
in the, I guess, early 2000s, whatever.
Early 2000s. Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. Anyway, so my best friend went as an upside down woman, and so like literally she
what?
had like a head between her legs, but it's freaky as fuck. Anyway,
The hell?
and he was like, "Stop, turn around," and made her come back on, so she was on the show. And then he was like, "What the fuck are you drinking?" And I was like, Maker's Mark and water. And he goes, "You
Makers
just
and
trying to grow
water.
some fucking hair on your chest?" And I'm like, "No."
Okay,
Not.
then.
No, I mean, he was, but I was just thinking about the whiskey thing, and you know,
Oh,
I would
well,
go
well,
out sometimes and just do like Makers and like a little splash of water or something, and people,
if I did
"What are you
see-
drinking?" And I just remember him being, "What the fuck are you doing? Trying to grow hair on your fucking chest?"
I don't know. I don't know. I'll just say this: I will never attack another person's alcoholic beverage that I don't know.
No, he was making a
No.
joke. You know
I will
that.
talk shit about Dominic about it.
I'll judge.
I'll make fun of his Shirley Temple over there. But,
I
you
am
know,
going to judge.
well,
I'm
I
going to
know
listen and I'm going to judge.
Melissa thinks that if you order a cocktail and you're a man, it means that you're fundamentally gay.
A man,
What?
Mine. That's what she
Come on.
said.
Vodka straight.
a man, that's gay as hell.
Well, my brother
A
likes
man
martini,
that's-
and I know
Martinis are
every-
good. A man can do a martini.
I'll
But I'll
drink
tell you what,
anything. I don't care.
when I'm on.
If you're on a date with somebody, that's different. But
Yeah.
guys with a bunch of gay as hell.
There's only one
That's
correct
feminine energy over there.
drink
now.
choice if you're on a first date with a female:
There's only one, and what is it?
a whiskey neat, a double whiskey
drink
neat.
And
Drink anything on
Action.
the first date.
On a first date because you need a
Find me the thing that has the most flowers and
Red
fruit
wine.
and umbrellas and weird stuff
know.
coming out of it. I will drink it, and I will drink it on a first date.
Bruce
I
wants
haven't been on a first date in a long time.
Cherry. Oh gosh.
And then I will show that lady my antlers.
Bruce, you need a brandy old fashioned for the first date.
Ooh, that sounds good too.
I'll tell you what, I'm not into
That's
mixed drinks, but if
Wisconsin.
I'm on vacation, I will have myself a good pina colada. Those are
Brandy
delicious.
old fashions, Wisconsin in a glass. So.
exactly.
It's in a like when you're by the pool. I'm like, and the sun is out. Give me a pina colada, man. It's delicious.
Exactly. Double.
I have my whiskey afterwards.
My dad's favorite drink is skinny margaritas. That is
I love a
his
skinny.
go-to.
Is that just a margarita without calories?
That's just a margarita with triple sec, Cointreau, a lime. It has to be a lime, not a lemon. And then you don't use simple syrup. You use something else. That's
How old is your dad, Bruce? Or Brad?
For my skinny margaritas at home, I
62?
do tequila, a little agave, and water.
If you want skinny, you don't put agave. You put stevia. It tastes like not that good.
Why not
but
just put monk fruit in there?
If
He's,
you have liquid
he's a
monk-
runner and he tries to keep his calories down, so that's why he gets them skinny.
Well, above the age of 50, you can't talk shit about their alcoholic beverages. They could
It's my
drink.
dad. I reserve the right to make fun of my dad.
Oh, then I'm safe. Oh, good. Okay.
Yeah, no, you're good. Well, I should probably raise the age of 60. Like if you're over 80,
Oh, jeez. What
you're
the
gonna
heck?
If he's retired, then sure. But if he's still trying to work, then yeah.
Was that the last time?
Hey,
you told
Grandpa,
them?
you're gay as fuck for ordering that skinny margarita.
Yeah.
No, I'm like, that is so cool, Grandpa. You're watching the calories.
Oh, did we answer this person's question?
Yeah, we
Oh,
kind
we're
of did.
talking about it. Yeah, let's get off of this. All right.
Yeah.
Well, he's not the asshole.
Well, we're not even playing that game today.
Yes, you're not an asshole.
He
You're
just-
funny.
He needs to follow the Dave Neal dating advice.
Yeah, it's so funny. The difference between how men and women post these things.
Yeah.
I was researching this. We're not really researching, looking for posts for the show, and we went through the first two that we have. This next one is straight up just a poem.
Oh.
That I
Oh,
thought would be
really?
interesting. Yeah.
Is it
I'm
a
gonna go look
limerick?
for some for next week. I'm serious.
I'm
You're
gonna
gonna
need
do-
I'm gonna need another drink if we're going through
I'm gonna
full
go pee.
poem.
I'll be back.
Oh,
I kind of agree with
Hey,
Brad.
can I change
Also,
this, like,
I need a limerick.
she's gonna go pee and it's gonna be standing up.
There's a
Jeez.
funnel that women
I mean,
can buy, and it
yeah, you can do
terrifies
that.
me.
Why?
Oh, funnel.
They use it when they're also in postpartum.
Why
I know
Oh.
what you're talking about.
We lost Ashley. I wanted her in on this one. That's cool. I'm getting.
I approve of funnels.
Fuck yeah, Amy. Whenever you want, man.
Jeez.
We'll get
It's
faded.
420 somewhere.
Well, I'm not really the get in stone type. I've just never been, but I do it. I'd imagine that Bruce has had his share of stoned moments. I don't know why.
You know
Right.
what I like? I like the microdose edibles with a lot of
I was just
CBD,
gonna
so I
say
can
that,
go
man.
to
I
sleep.
swear to God.
That's what I like.
I was
I don't
gonna
want to
say-
be stoned. I want to go to sleep. And here's the thing: the CBD, it inhibits like remembering what your dreams are. Because I'm the kind of person, which you can probably imagine, every dream that I can remember is effectively a stressful nightmare.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
when the CBD inhibits my dreams, it makes my life better. So I don't need to get stoned, but I do like a edible to go to bed.
like a
Remember-
shroom, microdosing a shroom.
Remember the
Shrooms.
one?
Well, it's the CBD with whatever. I don't know. Some
yeah.
of them have THC. I don't know. Some of them you can get where the THC is kind of minimal.
I still got it.
Okay, you gave me half,
I did.
and like it took my anxiety away. That
Mhm.
same line has one for sleep, and I bought them for my dad. When he saw them, he fucking flipped. He's like, "What the heck?" I was just stick half in your mouth, and you're
Yeah.
going to feel better.
Mhm.
His life changed.
Yeah.
Oh, I
There you
look
go.
for it, man. I'm all whatever y'all want to do. I've never been a gummies person, but I'll do shrooms. I would microdose shrooms.
Yeah, the surprising power of psilocybin is so interesting because there hasn't been a lot of research on it, but the idea that it could literally wipe away PTSD is incredible.
Yeah, they've been
Yeah.
talking about that
Mhm.
for veterans.
Mhm.
Yes.
Microdosing shrooms. Yeah, it's got incredible healing powers. Who's that guy? Paul Stammet. He's like the main advocate. He's been studying shrooms for like 60 years now.
It's been on Joe Rogan too.
Oh
Well,
yeah, multiple times.
I mean, whatever you gave me, I can still remember.
well, that was not shrooms. That was CBD
Yeah.
and THC.
But I still
Combo.
remember the level of anxiety and I had. I was at the verge of crying, and you just like slid on my desk like
Yeah.
this. It was like, Omar, I'm scared. Melissa, nothing's going to
Melissa,
happen.
calm your tits.
Literally, he's like,
Chill the
"Nothing's gonna
fuck out."
and if something happens, I'm here. Don't worry. In an hour, it went away. Like it did like this.
Okay.
Like it ain't that serious. It's not that serious.
So then you had to hide them because I was gonna eat them all. This job has a lot of anxiety.
Yeah, it attacks your soul. That's what it does.
Mhm.
That's what it does. All right, but what was that? Oh, was that Jennifer yelling at somebody in the background?
Oh
I'm
boy.
here.
I'll mute her until she's sitting back down, so I'm not catching like some weird. Okay, she's
Oh,
back.
she's back.
All
You
right,
gotta
so
unmute yourself, Jennifer.
I'm sorry.
her. She's
Oh,
good.
there.
I meant to, but I didn't mean to. Sorry about that.
Melissa,
Okay.
Jennifer, I want you to tell me what you all think about this
Mhm.
because I find this so often in clients that are coming to us with these cases. Before we even get to the point of what they want to do, we got to hear this preamble. And this is always what it is.
Oh, it sounds so cute. Like you say, we got to hear this preamble when you know it's not true. Because you don't listen to it.
Oh, I listened.
Ah, sí, sí.
I listened.
Yeah,
And I've
okay.
identified some things. It says, to all the keepers, September 2017, mom and writer. What the fuck am I reading?
Yeah.
Oh, Cameron Reeves Pointer shared a heartfelt essay on Facebook about the invisible work she does for her family. The invisible work that a woman does for her family.
Oh, so it's written by a woman. Okay.
I'm not invalidating it. I'm just saying this is how she's presenting.
Passive
So,
aggressive much.
yeah. I am the keeper. I am the keeper of schedules, of practices, games, lessons, of projects, parties, dinners, of appointments, and homework assignments. I am the keeper of information. Who needs food 5 minutes before a meltdown occurs, and who needs space when he gets angry. Whether there are clean clothes, whether bills are paid, whether we are out of milk, I am the keeper of solutions, of band-aids, of sewing kits and snacks in my purse, but also of emotional balms and metaphorical security blankets. I'm the keeper of preferences, of likes and dislikes, of nightly rituals and food aversions. And I'm the keeper of reminders to be kind, to pick up their trash, to do their dishes, to do their homework.
So this is a married single person.
She is a married
single
person.
Woman.
Married person
No,
with
a
children.
married single woman. Yeah.
Well, she says she's married and not single.
She's a married single.
This is an adult. This is a person who functions as an adult. Jeez.
Well, this is a married single mom.
God damn it, Melissa.
So it's passive aggressive.
It sounds like it.
Oh,
The way she's describing it.
Let me finish the poem. To be kind, to pick up their trash, to do their dishes, do their homework, to hold open doors and write thank you notes. She's a saint living in a
She's a
household
married single mom.
in a suburban Wyoming or something. I'm the keeper of rituals and memories of pumpkin patches and Easter egg hunts. I'm the taker of pictures, the collector of special ornaments, the writer of letters. I am the keeper of emotional security, the repository of comfort, the navigator of bad moods, the holder of secrets, the soother of
I'm getting
fears.
frustrated. Can she get to the point?
No, she can't. And you will let her ramble because it's Friday Night Flad. And we're doing this.
I'm sorry, my short temper.
I am the keeper of peace, the
Melissa.
mediator of fight, the pisser offer of Melissa sitting on my couch, the arbiter of disputes, the facilitator of language, the perpetual keeper of tampons and menstrual cycles, the handler of
Stop it.
differing personalities. I'm the keeper of worry, theirs and my own. I'm the keeper of the good and the bad, the big and the small, the beautiful and the hard. That's what she said. Most of the time, the weight of these things I keep resembles the upper elements on the periodic table. Oh, Jesus Christ. So now she got me. Now she got me. All right, lighter than air, buoying me with a sense of purpose. But sometimes the weight of the things I keep pulls me down below the surface until I am kicking and struggling to break the surface and gasp for breath. Because these things I keep, there's a reason why I'm reading this, and I will reveal it at the end. Because these things I keep are constantly flickering in the back of my brain, waiting to be forgotten. They scatter my thoughts, keep me awake long past my bedtime, because all these things I keep are invisible, intangible. They go unnoticed and unacknowledged until they are missed. They are not graded or peer-reviewed or ruled on by a court. And sometimes they're taken for granted. My husband and my boys are kind and generous.
Oh, so she's not. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes it worse.
Oh,
she's a mom of boy. A boy's mom.
She's
Yes.
got girls, though. It says tampons and stuff.
Oh, I was fucking around. That was me.
Yeah, I know.
It's her-
He was telling me menstrual
I was
cabinet.
trolling Melissa.
I knew it.
My husband and my boys are kind and generous, and they love me hard. And this is by far the greatest job I have ever had. But sometimes the keeper is exhausting because you feel like you're doing it alone. So to all of you who are keepers, I see you. I know the weight of the things you keep. I know the invisible work you do, which doesn't come with a paycheck or I was going to say side chick or sick leave, is what makes the world go round. I see you and I salute you. To all the women out there, to all the keepers out there, what say you to this lady, Melissa?
I'm not gonna say it. I'm just gonna listen and judge.
What?
Does she work? Does she work? I may have missed that.
No, this sounds
She's
like
a stay-at-home mom.
Yeah, exactly. This sounds like a stay-at-home mom, and
That's her job.
a married single mom. Because from what she's describing, her husband doesn't do shit. Basically, this is what she's trying to say.
Well, it's not that
I
doesn't
swear
do
to
shit.
God.
She won't. She's not acknowledging it is the problem. She thinks she suffers in isolation.
From the way she's describing it, it looks like husband just works and comes home.
Oh, the nerve.
Where's the suffering described?
You chose to have those fucking
Yeah.
4 children or whatever.
I think she said you. She's basically saying
Sorry.
that
There's no claim of suffering in this that I
That's
saw.
a good point. There's no claim of suffering, but let us deduce, because of its passive aggressive tone,
she is suffering.
that she suffers
She
in
said
silence.
the weight sometimes pulls her down. And she's
I'm not interested in speculation. I'm interested in what we can infer.
She
from
just might need a
facts.
friend. She needs
needs
some
a
women
friend.
friends like her.
She needs a day off.
Here's her suffering. She's taken for granted.
Mm-hmm.
The things that she do go unnoticed and unacknowledged until she doesn't do those things, and then they're missed.
Mm.
She never gets a thank you or an acknowledgement that,
Or
hey,
nothing.
thanks for washing my clothes. Thanks for keeping up with our schedules. Thanks for cooking dinner. Thanks for
No.
doing this or that.
Omar, maybe it looks that way, but I could see it in another point of view, if I'm honest with you.
Explain.
Not regarding those thank you.
Okay.
So I'm a woman, of course. So sometimes the thank yous that she's talking about are not actual thank yous. Like, thank you for doing that. No, maybe for her boys and her husband to have a nice gesture with her. You know, remember, like maybe buying her flowers or maybe taking a little bit off of the load that she's already doing, because they acknowledge that she's doing a lot. You know what? Mom's a little tired. Why don't I do the dishes today? Or you know what? My wife's a little tired. She's always does this. Let me put the boys to bed today, just in case, so she can have a little time at home.
You're talking about like the difference
Love languages.
between
Yeah.
words of affirmation
Mhm.
versus acts
Again,
of
that's
service
communication.
versus gifts. Different
It's
love
communication,
languages.
guys. It's
Those are the
communication.
thank you that she's looking for.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what this is. Is this
It's
like you could have
communication.
done
She
this
should
in
be
an
telling her
Excel
husband that.
spreadsheet, I guess. I just don't know what the point is. Like,
I
what are
love
we doing
engineers,
with it?
Bruce. You know that.
What?
Excel spreadsheet.
She should have.
Bruce, I love engineers.
Friend does Excel
I
spreadsheet,
mean,
like my husband, with colors and highlights
Yeah.
of our expenses.
See,
some
my
people do
ex-husband would
poetry,
be
some
like
people make
this.
Excel spreadsheets. I mean,
If you,
one way or the other.
notice this cell over here, there was a surprisingly lack of sex over here. We should really fix that next week.
Yeah, Brad's got it because the husband's probably got, for every Excel spreadsheet like this, the husband's got his own Excel spreadsheet that's like, I mowed the lawn and I fixed the gutter and I climbed up on the roof and I didn't get laid and whatever. I mean, he's got his own Excel spreadsheet. Life is a project, okay? And life is a project, and every project needs a project manager, and you need to manage your projects, and that's what this person is enumerating in this list. It could have been
I don't
Big
remember
Cell.
you getting up early so that you could get the plow the driveway so that you could drive your car out. But you know, God
Right, 'cause
forbid I didn't do dishes this night. Come on.
Yeah, fuck that guy. How dare he just go to work and go about his business without acknowledging her record
Omar, we
keeping?
don't know. We only know her side of the story.
If her husband's going to work and providing and this is what she's expected to do, yes, I agree. Like, there's sometimes he should probably just do something special. They should all do something. But she probably takes a lot for granted herself too, because he's taking care of her.
The one thing is that a lot of women, some choose to be stay-at-home moms and others are relegated to it. If
Right.
she chose being a stay-at-home mom, then she chose to forego the ability to be able to go into the workforce, excel, be the best in whatever field she wanted to be in. But for some women, they don't get the opportunity to stay at home. They don't get the
Right.
opportunity to nurture and care for their kids, to be able to grow them into people to grow out and succeed in the world. And that becomes a very different conversation than someone who's just like, oh, woe is me, I'm staying at home. Because people would kill to be able to have that.
Probably has her
opportunity.
MBA, because a lot of girls I know that are very smart, they've married up when financial, maybe not looks, and but they want to work. I mean, they want to get their degrees and everything, but they want to stay home.
Did you say MBA or NDA?
MBA.
Oh, okay. I thought you said NDA, and I'm like, who is making her sign an NDA?
That's Southern. Southern. I'm just kidding.
And
Well-
now being the stay-at-home wife is such a freaking.
But
We
you
just-
know what? The whole housewife thing. I mean, it's for real. I'm not saying just on the TV, but you start watching that on TV, and then there are people I know that's they're in that like group where they do bunko, they do these things, right? And well, it was me. I do everything but work.
Well,
I mean, work, go to work. You know, I mean, they work, but they also have a housekeeper.
Some of them, not all of them.
here's what I would say to this lady.
Yeah, tell them.
We can sit here, we can speculate all day about what husband is doing or not doing.
When you're
or-
done, I have something to say. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. But we can speculate all the things that we think is going on with her. But this is a dangerous way to think, because this is where like the cracks of marriages are conjured. The lowest form of communication in a marriage or a relationship or in life in general is the victimization of yourself. And she has written the framework for how she's being victimized and how she's being taken advantage of and not acknowledged and all these things. And that leads to unhappiness and a stale marriage and this thought that she's being taken for granted and she deserves better. And so therefore this guy, this and that, and there's like a million different branches where it could go from there. But it's this right here, framing how she is being victimized in this relationship without acknowledging that just maybe this guy could write a poem by himself about how he gets up at 4:30 every morning, about how he goes to work and busts his ass for 12 hours a day. He's got a knee injury that he hasn't had checked out because he doesn't want to stay out of work for a few months because he doesn't want to sacrifice that time because he needs to be able to pay the bills. He's running the finances or providing for the house. He's doing all this extra stuff. Like Bruce said, he's clearing the snow for her to get it in and out of the house. Maybe he's buying the groceries. Maybe he's taking shit at his job. Maybe he's working a job that he hates so that he can provide for his family. Maybe he's doing all of these other things that she can't see, that he goes unacknowledged for, that he's never asked for confirmation of or positive affirmation of because it's his effing job. And he goes about and he does these things, and he's probably got a list. He's probably got his own Excel list where he could go, let's just compare and contrast the demons that you have to fight and the demons that I have to fight. Because in a marriage, you guys are all both fighting demons. And we could just round up all of the shitty things that are going on in your life that made you unhappy and how you felt unappreciated and not seen, whatever. You're doing all these things. It's a thankless job. It's your job. You got kids. Your kids don't always thank you. Your kids are like the least thankful of anybody. You're keeping them alive, and they don't even know it.
That's true.
Okay,
Everybody can be a villain in somebody else's story.
Yes.
right. Well, I want to say a couple things, and I want to apologize for I feel like I've been a hard ass tonight on every Reddit post.
No, you're
I
fine.
have to apologize for that, honestly.
I mean, I really do, because like, I guess I think people posting on fucking Reddit about fucking stupid shit. They should be fucking talking to somebody.
Tell us how you really feel.
There you go. But that's anyway. I mean, that's fine. I mean, it's fine. Good for them for putting it out there, though. Because I wouldn't have the balls. I guess I don't know.
Well, anonymous. I don't know how much balls
Right.
are in
But
it.
what I'm saying is like, so my brother and I've been talking lately about our grandmother and how our grandfather was the one that let her stay at home. She had 3 daughters. And then me and my brother, basically, my grandma, racist. We had our mom too, but whatever. So we talk a lot about that, how our grandfather was just kind of shut the fuck up because he didn't want to deal with it. And okay. And so maybe that person is kind of like that narcissist woman who she does everything for everybody. She makes everything everybody, like my grandmother did. Oh, I made you. So I think there's always 3 sides probably to every story. And I just I just feel bad because I'm sure this woman has everything that she could ever ask for, and all she needs to say is, "Hey, can we communicate and talk, and can
Yeah.
you do something for me one night and let me just have the night off, and what can I do?" I mean, just communicate. And I think everything that we read on here, or you read on here, Omar, no matter the fucking crazy ass, like, trying to find somebody that's been in jail, I mean, it's just communication, and that's all it is. You just have to communicate.
Well, the
And
jail one wasn't communication. That was something different. That was
no, she should communicate to people because she needs help.
Gotta have
oh
a
well, yeah.
serious
She needs to.
conversation.
You know,
She
I
will.
mean, it doesn't
Yeah,
matter
you
what
don't
it
know
is.
what you
You
don't
need
know.
help. I mean, it
And
just
that's true whether you're talking to a lot of people or one person.
communication is the key to, like, really just surviving, if you think about it. And
Yeah.
instead of posting some poem about, I'm just
She
kidding,
wrote
about
herself a poem. Well,
y'all, and I'm sorry. I feel like I'm such an asshole, and I don't mean to be. I really don't, because I have my own struggles. You know, I struggle every single day. You're just
yeah,
trying to
Jennifer's the asshole.
right. You know, but I'm not posting on Reddit. I come on here and talk shit about other people.
Yeah, she wanted a vent. But
Yeah, exactly.
the danger in thinking that way is if you think that way for too long, you start validating reasons why you should, perhaps start looking outside of the marriage. I'm not even talking about cheating. I'm talking about maybe you just deserve better. Maybe you deserve a guy that's going to acknowledge all those things, not
Maybe
knowing.
talk about it first.
Yeah, well, yeah, that. But then you start getting people that get divorces for stupid reasons.
I know.
And then they start rationalizing why it's okay to have like a dinner date with Bob the Builder or something. I don't know. Whoever the fuck.
Yeah,
With the
I
best
worked
in-
with engineers for 20 years. I mean, they are dorks, but there are some really hot dorks as well.
No, Bruce
Jason
is hot.
Momoa.
Speaking of hot dorks,
Team
I know,
Aquaman.
Bruce. I know. I keep
Wait,
trying
what?
to get your
You
information.
big boy Brad over there.
But what I'm saying is it's not
Hot
always.
Brad is
Yeah,
a good chick.
people will cheat if they don't talk about things. And my ex-husband cheated on me. He did. He
People will cheat
talked,
for,
but he was angry. You know.
people will cheat for no reasons.
They
Nobody-
do, yeah. But anyway, my point was, one, I'm sorry for being so ugly tonight. I feel like I've just been such a bitch.
Oh, don't worry about it.
And
that's
two,
okay. It's usually my role.
and two, I just feel like, if you don't talk about it to the person you're with or that you have ties to, financial, marriage, legal, whatever, then how are you gonna fix it? How are you gonna make things right? You can't.
Yeah, well, you're right. If the consequence of not doing what you suggested is they're going to inevitably get divorced for stupid reasons, and it was a marriage that could have sustained, the perils of time. Instead, she victimized herself and shut herself off to communication with her husband, and therefore they wind up in my office. Lots of fun. My retainer's
I would
$10,000.
have hired you. I would have hired you.
Well, you would have done well to hire me. I'm just saying maybe you wouldn't have to have.
I can't hire you.
I totally went high pitch.
I
Maybe you
can't.
wouldn't have had to
Omar.
hire me.
I can't hire you, right? Or I can.
Why couldn't you hire me?
No, I'm asking.
Of course you
Is
could.
there a
As
conflict?
long
of
as you
interest?
signed, right? Signed.
I represented my brother in his divorce case
No, you didn't.
in a trial,
Oh yeah.
and they raised that conflict of interest, and it was overruled.
They
Because I-
raised that contract? Oh, are you serious?
Didn't we speak about
Conflict of interest? They did?
It's not
Yeah.
a conflict of interest if you don't have
No.
insider information. Just because I know my brother and I know who his wife was doesn't mean I knew the intricate details of their marriage. Therefore, I could represent him because I don't know all of the things that she's
And you
alleging.
can't always present. I mean, well, you just usually go to litigation, right? Or mediation or whatever it is.
Well,
That's
we
what we did.
litigated that case. We went to trial and
Yeah.
I won.
Did too.
Oh,
Save
my
you
brother.
money.
Yeah. So the point is, you could save yourself a lot of money by not shutting out all avenues of communication by writing yourself a poem. Maybe that's the answer.
There was a hypothetical that we discussed. I don't remember what it was, and you were like, "Yeah, I can't do that. You would be my assistant, so you wouldn't be able to."
Stephanie B says some men don't listen, and that's true. But
Yeah,
there's
that's true.
there's a lot of men that do listen
The
too.
vast majority.
Huh?
I bet if you talk to Brad, I bet you Brad would listen.
What?
I
would
don't
listen
think
to
so.
Brad.
I disagree. I don't think Brad will listen. I think Brad would be like, "Shut the fuck up."
Damn, Brad.
Brad would mansplain why your poem sucks. That's what he would do.
I'm
Actually,
a great listener, but the problem is that I multitask as well. So even though I'm listening, I might be scrolling on my phone.
No,
That's
Brad,
hard.
you're hearing. You're not listening. I do the same thing. I hear. I'm not sure if I'm listening.
I always think my husband is never listening to me. He's just like staring at me. So he's like, I'm just going to make her feel comfortable and let her vent so she doesn't get mad, which is a good strategy.
Multitasking is hard. I think once you look for it, you can kind of internalize that maybe you
Like when
shouldn't do it. Like when people are
you and I was talking to you and we're like, I never listened what the hell you just said. You just repeated.
I got the information I needed like 5 minutes ago. Why did you keep talking? That's on you.
You were like, I just negotiated.
And keep it short and simple.
I asked you what time are you going to lunch, and you gave me this whole like story about something else I didn't give a shit about.
Because I don't care about the background information. I just care about I went to lunch with so and so. And it's like, okay.
Yeah. If we were in court, I would have objected to relevance.
Omar?
What?
Yes or no? Lunch.
What is that?
Could you
No,
open
I
it?
want lunch.
Oh. Melissa asked me to open up her water.
Oh, that's nice, Omar.
By the way, it was already open, retard.
Okay, this is the cat. This is Kitty Kramer.
Whoa.
Kitty
Like
Kramer?
Seinfeld. No, his name's Kramer.
Yo, that's like the perfect porn name. Kitty Kramer?
Does
Kitty
he
Kramer.
Kramer like
Like Kramer from Seinfeld. Yeah.
Oh, Kramer. Never mind. God damn it.
Does he write poetry?
Omar.
I didn't say it. Jennifer's the one that brought it up. Kitty
Well,
Kramer.
I named him Kramer, but now it's just Kitty Kramer. He's a kitty.
I didn't.
I know he did it. But...
All right. Let's move on. I'm done with this poem already. I think we've reached it.
Poems.
Did I do what?
The problem with this poem is that it doesn't follow you have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so you should listen twice as long as you talk. So this poem is all talk and no listening. If this person had to write poems for all their kids and spouse and all that, they'd probably have different opinions.
Hell?
What are you doing to that cat?
Nothing.
She's handling your cat.
He's funny. He's like a dog, though. He's kind of like a dog. But anyway, sorry. I was going to call this the tampon poem.
Oh my god.
The menstrual.
I didn't even say it that time.
That was one. I know it wasn't you, Omar.
She was writing.
Omar said it.
Who was that
Omar,
lady?
you didn't cause the angry pussy, Omar.
Oh, maybe I'm rubbing off on some folks.
First day of your rat, you start getting this really weird existential thoughts that when you're like, when you're on your 4th or 5th, you're like, what the fuck was I thinking? Like every single time.
I feel like that's just Tuesday for you.
I go through my shut the.
Damn.
Every single time I go through my chats when I'm on my period with my friends, and then I go back when I'm not on my period, I'm like, what the hell?
The fact that you go back through your chats tells me everything I need to know. That is all.
Melissa, he might be right on that.
Oh, right.
I'm just kidding. I just never like.
That's why we had a menstrual cabinet in the office.
All right, we're gonna do one more, and then we'll wrap up.
I might check out some for you next week. Seriously.
For sure. You guys are always welcome to do that. Don't let me pick all the topics.
I mean, sorry, I didn't mean to say that. I'm sorry. I'm so mean.
There's some very good ones out there.
You're good, Jennifer. You're not going to hurt my feelings. I'll tell you.
My TikTok is filled with "Am I the asshole?" Like people who just read them out loud and give their opinions. There's some really good ones.
Should we talk about this guy who says, "I wish she hurt me," or should we talk about this one that wants to talk about child custody stuff?
There's a whole lot less accusations of cuckery in this chat, and I'm feeling kind of down.
Heard about what?
Omar, no, we need.
Brad, are you confessing to being a cuck?
We need.
I am not. I'm saying that we need to.
This is too boring.
Oh, you want something spicy?
Yeah.
Spice it up, Omar.
I would like.
Brad demands spice.
The
jar. The spice must flow.
Melissa went all the way to your studio, your office. So yeah.
Child custody, I see it every day, and now.
All right, let's not do child custody.
Come on.
All right. Well, I don't know how spicy this is going to be, but it's been pre-selected.
Somebody like,
hey, Dominic, find me on
on
Reddit a spicy one. How about that? Just for Melissa,
you're asking to do this right now.
Well, I mean, I had 2 other ones prepared and spice. Melissa requires spice.
Paying attention to the Rex Heuermann, the
Rex Heuermann,
yeah,
Long Island Killer, yeah,
and like yeah, the interesting things about like the Trapeze Club in New York City and like yeah, I don't know. I've been like the Chris McDonough and Dr. Gary, what's his name, who I love so much, Bergano. I'm totally into that, and these people are fucking crazy.
All right, I think I got it.
My context called, it's Lost in the Woods.
What?
Bruce,
Don't know.
you're engineering
I don't
out on
understand. I don't know what we're talking about now.
I know you're engineering out. Well,
Um,
Melissa said something spicy. You know.
Yeah.
She wanted spicy. Okay.
Yeah, something like, am I the asshole for cheating on my wife with my mother-in-law? Something like that.
Well,
Something
we're
like
not going Springer Melissa. We're not going like full on 90s here. I'm gonna go.
For example,
go.
look at this header. My boyfriend is outside of me, and I don't know how to tell him. Look at that shit.
He's what?
What on earth?
All right, why don't you read that from your phone? I don't have you have it pulled up. Read that one. That's the one you want to
saw
do.
these posts on Pornhub.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What's this was Ask the Editor in Playboy.
I know, right? Dear Penthouse Forum.
That might hurt somebody's feelings.
Whatever you're looking at, read it. I'll do it right now.
But I've been a bitch the whole time. So
The asshole for blocking my female friend after she told me she wanted me to rape her. Look at that crap.
God.
What?
Yes,
All right.
that's exactly what it says.
So not
that's not spicy. That's dirty.
That's maybe too much spice.
yeah, that's a bit.
What is
Yeah,
your spice?
this guy wants to know if he's the asshole.
Level 5.
Why they don't have sex anymore? Should I just do that one? I think that's a good one.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
let's
We don't
see
have to
why.
go like freaking dark web over there.
I just typed that, and that's what came up.
Every time my husband is in
level
front of me, I
5
don't know for sure if he's
spicy
in
nut
there.
challenge.
Yeah, Jesus. That's what I thought I heard you say.
I did not.
When my husband is inside me, I can never tell.
That's bad. That would hurt
That's
someone's
rough.
Ouch. Or actually not ouch.
That would.
I know.
That would
Actually, was that a tickle? Was that a tickle?
Oh, that reminds me of the I thought you were fingering me, but I guess you stuck it in.
How about this?
Remember that one?
How about this one? Am I the asshole for being mad at my husband for saying he would pick his deceased wife over me?
Oh, I've
What?
heard of that one already.
Oh,
Yeah.
Share it. Put it on screen. Let's go.
That's 14 hours ago, so it's
That's
it's
pretty
like-
interesting.
This is
All right.
relevant. This is relevant.
pull it up. Dominic is giving you the orders.
I'm pulling it up. It's right here.
Oh, this one's so sad. Thank God I did not read
All
this
right.
one.
Well,
out
we only
loud.
got one.
That one's bad.
We're gonna since it's his contribution, we're gonna let Brad read this one. This will be our last one for the
What
night.
is that?
Thank you, Brad.
AITH.
Am I the asshole? That's
Oh.
the.
Sorry.
It says, my 34 female husband, 37 male, was married once before me. She was his high school sweetheart. They started dating their junior year, survived long distance during college, and got married when they were both 23 very shortly after graduating college. She passed away unexpectedly at age 26 from an aneurysm, and it obviously devastated him, especially because they were extremely young. They never had children. He contemplated remarrying because he was so heartbroken, but we ended up meeting about 4 years after that. We got married when I was 31 and he was 34 and have 2 children. Last night we were at a friend's potluck gathering. Everything was going well until one of our friends brought up the topic that had to do with relationships. She was newly divorced, so it was about her divorce. Others were chiming in about past relationships from high school, college, etc. I had said I had never thought I would get married because my luck with men has always been terrible until I met my husband, and I said I felt very lucky to have met him. After a little while longer, my husband brings up his deceased wife. Everyone knows he was married before me and that she passed. He was talking about her and then drops a bomb and goes, if she walked through that front door right now, I'd pick up where we left off. If I'm being honest, it felt like
No.
Well, that's not the same as like saying, God, you know what? I'd rather bang your sister.
Oh no.
if I had a choice between you and your
Whoa.
sister, I'd pick your sister. But
I
God,
mean,
Oh,
it's just not what I thought it was
no.
going to be. That's a little less. It's a little softer than I thought it was going to be. Is all.
Wait, let me go to my garage because I have a couple shovels down there. We can get this guy. He can dig some more holes. And was this yesterday? This was yesterday. This guy's in
Damn.
trouble.
All right, we'll do that one next. We'll do that one next.
if I'm being honest, it felt like someone put a heart into a blender and punched me in the gut as hard as they could. Everyone in the room could sense the awkwardness that followed. To avoid making a scene, I just laughed it off, even though I thought it was still obvious that it hurt me. I just felt that if you felt that way, why are we even married? I never asked him to get over his wife. I never had a deceased spouse or even a deceased partner, so I'm unsure how that feels. But I would never say that in front of my new spouse.
Yeah.
After the gathering, we left, and I did not speak to him the entire car ride home and barely the entire night. I
Oh.
did tell him what he said hurt my feelings deeply and that we could talk in the morning once I've calmed down because I didn't want to say anything mean to him. I ended up sleeping on the couch because he would not leave me alone. It's now the next morning. I barely slept. He's still sleeping, but I'm not really sure.
After all that,
No, Omar.
Wait.
he
Oh
wouldn't
my
leave a-
God.
That's I'm reading this wrong. I'm sorry, Brad.
Emma,
Continue.
what'd you say? I didn't.
I mean, that's it.
But I'll wait to hear what you said.
Oh, I thought he said he was trying to bang after he just said that. About his sister.
That's what I'm like. We were
Leave
just
me
hanging out
alone
with our
could mean a
friends.
lot of things. It doesn't mean
I just-
banging.
They brought up my old wife, and now I just really gotta bang one out with you, thinking about her.
No.
Hey,
No,
let's
no,
just do a
no.
quick one. Let's just do a quick one. Let's just
No.
bang it out.
I'm sorry, but all I hear is blender from
That's not the
before.
answer. Oh no.
What the fuck, man? I'd rather bang your sister if she were alive right now. I swear to God, I would bang her so hard.
The only reason I'm with you is because you were twins, and I would rather be banging the other one.
I don't think she's the asshole for getting mad at that.
No. The answer is no. The answer to this
Yeah.
post is no. This dude said the quiet part out loud. He fucked up. He needs to put his shovel away to stop
Oh,
digging
boy.
the hole. And I don't know, go buy some.
The only
No,
other-
you're right. Yeah, he dug a really big hole. It's gonna be really
The only
No
other
good.
possible alternate explanation is maybe he thought he was being funny and he's just got a bad sense of humor. Maybe he's a little bit
terrible one.
I don't know, man. He just said something, stuck his foot in his mouth. He wasn't being serious. He was trying to get a laugh and didn't
Maybe he was
go
drunk.
over.
If that's his stand-up material, he needs to pay for a workshop with me and Dave Neal to fix his stand-up material. We will
Not
fix
everyone
it.
put out to be stand-up comedians, but Jesus.
If I was to
No.
put it on a scale, I would say it's probably bad comedian, but he still needs to go schedule a therapy session just to make sure that there's nothing else there.
If your sister was still alive, I swear to God, I would bend her over right now.
Okay, do you keep saying sister? It's not her sister.
Oh, it's not her sister.
You
Who's
know
it?
funnier.
No, it's
Oh,
it's
I
a
met a
trope.
totally
It's-
different lady.
I'm sorry.
Why
I,
do you keep saying sister? This isn't
I
a
read-
Pornhub video.
I read sister. I heard. I don't know where I read sister. I just in
Look
my
at her
mind.
tampons.
It's just a joke to continue. It's in
Okay, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. Okay, it's a different lady. A
Yeah,
deceased other lady.
Yeah, a different person. Exactly.
yes.
Well, so that's kind of.
You shouldn't say it out loud.
I don't think any of my analysis changes knowing that it's some other lady. How about that?
I agree. I'm just saying we should be correct
I
substantively.
Hey, man, I'm like 0.14. I thought I read sister. I thought I saw that. My mind
I didn't
went crazy.
win.
Sister, because I was making a joke.
Yeah.
No,
We
it's
took-
because, like, that was it. I
Oh,
thought you
yeah.
You know what? If you actually quizzed all of us, we would all hear something different and like hold on to it. You know.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
listened very
And your
carefully to
sister-
Brad.
You know, it's a whole like a study we should do.
All right, Melissa, since you came all this way, you said you had a really sad one that you wanted to read. I'm going to let you do it.
She's not gonna do sad.
This
Oh,
is sad
no.
in
I
another
don't
sense.
want
Like,
sad.
this is
Oh,
good. And I
no.
was like, this is
No, no sad.
All right, Melissa,
Am I
like,
gonna be bawling my eyes out? Because I can't
No.
do that. My mascara will run.
I
When
guess
mean-
it's
when I
sufficiently
mean
spicy for Melissa.
sad, I mean, you're gonna be like, oh, that's bad. Yes.
Well, we'll see.
It
We'll
says my
just see.
boyfriend is not inside of me and I don't know how to tell him. Advice needed. So it's
That one.
Wait,
I
wait,
know
wait,
that. I
wait.
said it was
Read that
sad.
again. Read it again. Read it again.
it says advice needed. My boyfriend is not inside of me and I don't know how to tell him.
What do
Is
you
he
mean?
supposed to be?
Like,
That's
Is this
what
a
I'm doing.
David Cronenberg movie? What is going on?
It's a Vienna sausage.
Am I thankful for not telling my boyfriend he's not inside of me when he thinks we're having sex?
What?
Basically, wait. That's why I was
Okay.
thinking, like,
Read on. Read on. Read on.
basically, my boyfriend and I have been seeing each other for a little over a month. The first time we had sex, it was amazing. He lasted a good amount of time, a few minutes at least, and we were both satisfied, which is all that matters to me.
Did he get inside that time?
Apparently, yes.
So
At
we
this
know.
point- exactly. A few times now, though, he has only been lasting a second and at most a minute. That's really bad.
Huh.
Lately, he
What?
has had this thing where he likes to dry hump through his pants and he will come from it. I don't know if that's normal, but in my opinion, it's pretty weird. At first, I thought maybe just because it's usually in the morning. You see, in the morning, he's a bit more excited than usual. But the other night, I got on top of him while we were making out and started grinding on him as a part of foreplay. Turns out, he thought he was inside of me and came. He literally said while we were dry humping, he said something. I don't even know how he would think he was inside of me, considering I still had my underwear on, and it was very clear he never stuck it in. He proceeded to do this 3 times in the night.
Did he say that he thought he was inside her?
He said,
okay.
I thought maybe he was just dry humping and enjoyed it. No, all those times he thought he was inside of me. I know this sounds crazy. I really need advice on what to say and how to tell him. I don't want to hurt his feelings, and I really care for him, and I like him a lot. I don't want to end things over this, but I cannot keep continuing to pretend he's inside me and not get any pleasure out of it.
Why don't
Please
you
help.
just?
Am I the asshole for not telling him the first
I
time?
have a hot take.
Yeah.
There's an edit on this. For everybody asking just the age, she's 21 and he's 23.
I was going to ask the age. That was my first question.
I have a hot take.
Yeah.
Do it,
That's
Bruce.
irrelevant at that
I
point.
think this is a fake post, and somebody posted this just because they knew we would read it on YouTube and they wanted to hear us read it. I think this is all fake.
When was that?
147 days, so it's a while.
Oh, okay.
So I've got a hot take on that. Ladies, if you know your guy is going to be extremely into you to the point where he's finishing before you've even done much of anything,
But I don't think it's just that, Brad.
You gotta work with him and be like, okay, now that the first session is done, now we go for round 2, and it's gonna last even longer.
Oh.
The following exhibit a message brought to you by the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints.
Brad is playing football for 4 full quarters, guys. That's what's going on here.
Like, seriously, like if he is so into you to the point that he's already gone 30 seconds after you're dry humping him, then you gotta be like, okay, you started it, now we gotta finish it.
But did I understand there was a little weenie in there involved with little?
No,
She didn't.
Oh, I'm just creating that in my mind.
You thought of a little pickle, like one of the miniature ones.
Let's get the measuring tape out.
A Vienna sausage.
I feel bad for those kinds of guys.
Whatever, man. They'll compensate somehow.
No, they'll figure it out.
I think the simple solution is just fucking grab it and put it in. Then,
yeah.
Like, what do you want about? Just give him some direction. Hey, Dick.
Hey,
wrong fucking hole.
So,
or
no, that's not the correct way to say
No,
it.
that's not right, Omar.
More
Like,
communication.
sometimes you do need to
Why is
help
that so
them
bad?
out. Sometimes they don't really know what to do.
Hey, Bruce, Brad, Dominic. If some girl told you, "Hey, that's the wrong hole, Dick," would you be offended?
That's not what this letter is.
Hey, that's
We're not talking
not
about
right.
the front door and the back door, Omar.
That
That's a
is true.
whole other email.
Yeah.
The moisture was such that he thought he was inside, and then
Oh boy.
Yeah, he was just lubricated on the outside.
Moisture.
Whatever.
they broke up. That's
They
the
ended
edit.
up breaking up.
Oh.
She told him.
Well, I think the
She did tell
solution is
Yeah, she did.
they both need more life experience, and they should try again in their 30s.
What'd she say, Melissa?
Does he need a barometer?
Final update. Okay, before this is a final update. I'm sorry it took so long. Long story short, I ended up breaking up with him. I found out he was sexting other females behind my back, claiming they were just friends. That on top of
That
the issues in
motherfucker.
bed was enough for me. So aside that he was really bad in bed, he was sexting. Him.
So this whole post is moot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
It was so stupid. Melissa, you're not allowed to fix
Dismissed.
Was there not more comments saying, "Oh, I hooked up with that guy too," and
Case
the same
dismissed.
thing happened?
Oh boy.
Well, he was just sexting. He could have as big a thing as he wants in sexting.
I thought this was about he was in the wrong hole. That was
Somebody
a-
even asked.
No,
You
there's
were
no-
just lubricating.
No, it's
Not
not a
wrong.
location
Just work
problem.
in.
It's a in versus out problem.
Somebody even asked if he was circumcised. I was like, "What the hell?" Okay.
Well,
I mean, that's a fair question, I guess.
That
I
is.
don't know.
That could be fair. Yeah.
none of you all need to comment on the state of your penis.
We were going to get a tape
We weren't
measure
gonna
earlier.
ask.
I mean,
Yeah, so he was in no hole, and he thought he was in a hole, and I thought that was the issue. And then it turned into he finishes too fast, and then it turned into he was sexing other
Omar,
chicks.
he
Fuck
I
finished-
think there's a lot of issues
And then
here.
he's just doing
Yeah.
himself because he's not
How
circumcised,
bad it is.
What was how bad it was?
right?
What?
He finishes too fast, not because he does it. He finishes too fast because he can't tell the difference if he's in or not.
How does that?
Exactly. Like,
If he,
cause it's
if he-
It's a mental
if he's
game.
so in the moment, then that's a compliment to the woman.
No, Brad. You're
I mean, a
wrong.
little bit, but it's. I mean, I agree with Brad, but on the other hand, he does need to go all 4 quarters of the football game.
Yes.
You got to finish the game, bitch.
Yeah.
You
No.
give him 5 minutes
I mean,
to go
you have to
rest,
go-
and then
it's
he
a
will
home
go
run,
for
right?
another half hour.
He's
I
gotta
almost
go-
promise you that.
He's got to go to
The first touchdown and just like take your ball and go home.
there's a lot of men that finish and then they just leave. There's a lot of men that are that way.
Finish and leave. That's not the same as finishing early and leaving.
That's even worse.
what?
He gave you the best 30 seconds of your life and then told you to fuck
No,
off.
she said
No, she gave him the best 30 seconds, and then he left.
Oh, boy.
He didn't help her at all.
It was a
12 minutes.
45-second wienering, and you shall be appreciative of receiving the royal penis.
What's going on out there?
The royal penis sausage.
What?
He said that the best time it happened up to a minute,
Oh,
which was the very first time.
we are the knights of knee, and I say knee to you.
I don't know what that means.
I kind of feel like
Honestly,
this
God.
was fake. I don't know.
That was from the Baldoni lawsuit. Was that where I remember that
No,
from?
it was from
No,
the
that was
from the
reply.
It was the
The
reply.
appeal.
That's what it was. They referenced the knights of knee.
Yeah.
I've been trying to work
What
it in
side of
for 3
Reddit
weeks
am
now.
I get this. Look at this one. Am I the asshole for watching my roommate bank her boyfriend?
Yeah, what are you doing?
I don't know.
I don't think she's an asshole. I think that they're.
This is the vetting you should do before the show, and then
Sure.
we filter the ones we want to talk about.
I usually do. Melissa wanted to be impromptu, and I you know,
We're doing
Yeah,
like
you told her to do
Reddit
it.
improv.
I sure did.
Omar,
Right there.
What is it, Brad?
So petty. Am I the asshole for cropping my sister-in-law out of my wedding photos after she said she looked fat? That's so fucking petty.
I
Oh,
No.
I was her sister-in-law, so I
I
don't
have
know.
no opinion about how you're cropping in your photos.
That's a post for women.
What do you want to say, Brad?
you were bringing up Monty Python sketches. Have you seen the 4 Yorkshiremen skit?
From like the 70s
Probably.
or Yorkshire? I'm certain that I have. I
They
need to
did it at the Hollywood Bowl, and that's where I remember it from. But it's these 4 guys sitting around smoking cigars in like these really nice suits, talking about how rough they had it as young kids. And
You know what?
Can I do that?
Just for that.
Who'd have thought 40 years ago?
You can get copyright strike now.
Chateau de Chasselas.
I would have been glad of the price of a cup of tea then.
Cup of cold tea.
Aye.
Without milk or sugar.
Or tea. And out of a cracked cup at that. Yeah.
This isn't funny.
All right. So what was the whole?
I love you guys. That's not funny.
the point of the skit is
I
that
don't get
4
it.
guys who are seemingly well off right now talking
Yeah.
about how poor they are and trying to one up each other on how poor they were. So they said they were talking about having tea, and then they go, "Well, then we didn't have milk or sugar," and then the other one said, "Oh, or tea," and they just keep layering it on more and more about how poor they are.
Yeah.
Totally, Brad. I'm with you that it's
funny.
funny. I gotta watch it in context.
Yeah.
For Amy Bunner, and I'm gonna end the show after this. But Amy Bunner says I've never seen a Monty Python sketch in my life, so I'm just gonna introduce her to
Oh,
my
man.
favorites. I'm gonna introduce my favorite.
I don't think I have either. I was trying to think. I know that. I don't. But
If
I
you
don't
don't know the dead
Amy and I have a lot in
parrot, the
common.
dead parrot sketch is so effing great.
Okay, this is my favorite. It's only a minute 54 long. I'm gonna play it on about the copy. Right. This is the Monty Python that I grew up with, that I know, and that I'm gonna share with you right now. And that, folks, is why Donald Trump is now the president. How about that hot take?
Hey, Amy Bonner.
I don't think the twins are real.
What about fucking twins? I don't know. I don't get it. I'm just kidding.
All right, folks. I think I got to wrap up. It's been 2.5 hours now. I really appreciate y'all for coming on. Jennifer,
Yeah.
never have any reservations about coming on this show and being an asshole. I really will not get
Yeah,
offended.
and I told you, like, you know, when I do start my channel, and I promise I'm going to, the fear, like, remember 90s, the no fear shirts and shit?
Mhm, I do.
Okay. I got to get that back because I was torn down for a little bit, and so I'm fearful of things sometimes, and so that's why sometimes I really do feel bad about being an asshole when I'm reading something. Like, get over it, because I know that it's hard to get over things, So I'm sensitive, and I don't mean to be a jerk off. I never
I
want
would
to be
accuse
that.
you of being a jerk off for sure. Not today.
I sent you a message, so when you get off live, I have something funny to tell you. But
All right, sure. All right, folks, I'm going to end it. Y'all have any parting words for everybody that's stuck around?
I mean, all of us. I'll tell all of y'all, not just you. All of.
Oh
y'all.
yeah, is this link?
And I'll keep it short.
Oh, that was the goat. That was the goat.
I'll keep it in Vienna.
It was me.
Keep it a Vienna. All right, for sure. Any of y'all have any parting words before we sign off?
No.
Go all 4 quarters.
Happy weekend.
Go all 4 corners. Don't quit after the first touchdown. Also, be sure to verify whether or not you're in the right hole.
That's what I was going to say.
Get a home run.
Hole.
Or an ending hole.
And hey, cornhole is a game.
Cornhole is a game, not a butthole.
Cornholio.
On flat. All right, folks. I love you all. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
See you guys.
Bye-bye.
Okay, did you cut it off the stream?
Yeah.